morning sun where the flowers bloom, colors burst like a painter's dream come true. Roses red and violets blue, every petal whispers something new. From tiny seeds to trees so grand, every leaf and bird, it's all at hand. Hello, hello plant, welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello plant, in every shade and hue, for every heart and every hand, we've got something for you. Indoor greens and outdoor scenes, design your space, let your garden dreams glide. Personal touch with our garden design, free sessions to blend within your budget line. Alright. From tiny seeds to trees so grand, every leaf and bird, it's all at hand. Hello, hello plant, welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello plant, in every shade and hue, for every heart and every hand, we've got something for you. Now everybody, let's say hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello plant, welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello plant, and every shade and hue, for every heart and every hand, we've got something for you, just for you. morning sun where the flowers bloom, colors burst like a painter's dream come true. Roses red and violets blue, every petal whispers something new. From tiny seeds to trees so grand, every leaf and bird, it's all at hand. Hello, hello plant, welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello plant, in every shade and hue, for every heart and every hand, we've got something for you. Indoor greens and outdoor scenes, design your space, let your garden dreams glide. Personal touch with our garden design, free sessions to blend within your budget line. From tiny seeds to trees so grand, every leaf and bird, it's all at hand. Hello, hello plant, welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello plant, in every shade and hue, for every heart and every hand, we've got something for you. Now everybody, let's say hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello plant, welcome to the show, where every flower tells a story. Watch them grow. Hello, hello plant, in every shade and hue, for every heart and every hand, we've got something for you, just for you. In the morning sun where the flowers
Chris, how you
bloom,
feeling?
colors
Fabulous,
burst like
actually,
a
I'm feeling
painter's
fabulous
dream
today.
come true.
What it is, we hired a kind of like a publicity consultant, and he said I needed to add some sex appeal to the show. So what I've done is I've put on my pink tutu and I'm showing these fabulous legs here, and this is the sex appeal for the show.
Absolutely beautiful. All right, so we'll get you to stand close to that big TV there, and we're going to go through how many items we got today, roughly?
I think we're over 100.
Over 100.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, we better get stuck straight into it. So these deals are live from right now. Is that correct, Chris? They're all live right now?
Live right now. You can go online and you can buy them right now. You can ring up and you can buy them right now, or you can come in and demand them right now.
All right, we're located at 1477 Sydney Road, Camerfield, or you can head over to our website, hellohelloplants.com.au.
A couple of tissues, please.
Let's get stuck into our first item, boys. We'll bring them out, and as you can see in the background there, it's the Gaura.
Now, these are not in flower at the moment, which is actually a good thing, because if you take these home, they're covered in buds. There'll be a massive flowers by Easter. Now, at your local store, or even one of the big stores, I saw beautiful ones of these, $12.99, which is a great price. And normally we sell these for $9.99. But right now, white Gaura, and that's your white butterfly, beautiful butterfly type flowers. And these flower for 6 or 7 months of the year. They're $6.99. So white Gaura, $6.99. Great to put in amongst the roses. Great to spatter a few through the cottage garden.
Beautiful. All right, we'll move on to our next product. These are all available on our sale today.
And here we have pink Gaura. Beautiful pink flowers, great for the cottage garden. Maybe you could do a border, maybe you could plant these. They'd look, if you had a garden with big English box balls and you pop these in between, they'd be absolutely fabulous. So, and great for the Hampton style garden, and they're down to $6.99. Most stores you'd pay $12.99, $14.99. These are $6.99, and we've got lots of them.
Beautiful, and they're really big too for that price, actually.
Right.
And they flower pretty much all year round, don't they?
6 or 7 months of flowers a year.
Right.
Yeah. Now lavender. Lavender's always hard to get. Which lavender we've got here? This is your. A lot of people come in here and ask for English, and I swing them over to this. This is Hidcote lavender, and Hidcote lavender, it's an English lavender. You can tell it's a nice rich purple, beautiful fragrance, summer flowering. It doesn't have those little fairy wings on it, and it has beautiful silver grey foliage. And the great thing about Hidcote lavender is a little trim, you can keep it down like that, so it's great for a low hedge or border, or for fitting into the cottage garden. Some of your lavenders do get very big, but your Hidcote lavender isn't quite the smallest lavender, but it's one of your small lavenders. Rich coloured purple flowers, as you can see, they're beautiful flowers, and lovely silver grey foliage. And these are only $6.99. They're $14, $15, $16 at your big store or your local nursery. $6.99. And only a limited number. You've got to jump in and grab these. If you want a lavender hedge, Hidcote lavender, you will not do better. These are lovely, and look at the size of them. Look at that. That's absolutely fabulous.
Beautiful. Yeah, really, really big for that price. Now, we did forget to mention at the start of this Growers Direct Flash Sale, so there's 3 categories today. We're kicking it off with our cottage plant selection. Yeah. And then we're going into our autumn colours.
Yeah. And the thing about the cottage plant selection is that what it is I'm not really a socialist, but I love the idea of inclusivism. Like, I love the idea that everybody could participate. So what we've done is that we've put a range of cottage plants together that start at $4.99 in price, and then there is nothing today over $10.99. So $10.99 is the maximum price on our cottage plants. I think there's about 35 or 40 cottage plants, all between $4.99 and $10.99.
Yeah, now, it's crazy cheap.
Yeah, a lot of wholesalers sell them for more than that. Now, this is your Calibrachoa, and these beautiful purple Calibrachoa, lovely plants, and $6.99. Grow these in a pot, grow them in a hanging basket, put them in the cottage garden, grow a border. Fabulous flower for months and months and months each year at $6.99. Half your normal price, or better than half your normal price.
Beautiful. And I was going to say there's 2 more categories coming up, so stay in there if you're interested in autumn colour, as it's now autumn.
Yeah, and what I've done with the autumn colour, again, it's autumn colour for everybody. So what we've got is that a lot of people think they can't have autumn colour because they go to Bright, or they go up into the hills out to Massa, and they see these great big trees covered in autumn colour. But we've gone and found little bushes that have beautiful autumn colour. So if you're living, in an apartment, you've just got a little balcony and you want some autumn colour, we've got some beautiful little trees and beautiful little bushes that are going to deliver beautiful autumn colour. And we've got medium-sized tree for the average garden, and we've got autumn colour plants starting from just a few dollars up to quite expensive, great big ones. So we've got autumn colour. I don't care who you are, we're delivering autumn colour for you here.
Yeah, and what's the category after autumn colour?
Japanese.
All right, so stick around for those.
And so Japanese, you've got your mosses, you've got your grasses, you've got your weeping maples, you've got your cherry blossoms. Where basically it's a sort of an orgy of all different Japanesey plants, and you can turn your garden Japanese. You can just add a little Japanese flavour, and Japanese gardens are relevant. A lot of your older style gardens actually have Japanese elements in them. But today, you with your modern architecture, nothing goes better with modern architecture than a Japanese style garden or Japanese style plants.
Absolutely beautiful. All right, if you like those types of plants, stick around for that. Let's keep going here on our live direct.
African daisies are fantastic. I see roundabouts. We're out here on the northern side of Melbourne, and I see roundabouts completely covered in African daisies out here where the rainfall's really low, the soil's terrible, and they thrive. They make beautiful big mounds, and they flower for 4, 5, 6 months of the year. And we've got them mixed up, all different colours, African daisies. And they're beautiful big plants, mostly African daisy. Most stores cost you $14, $15. Our normal price is $9.99. These ones here are $6.99.
Beautiful.
And we've got mixed colours, so
we've
lovely
got a
mixed
quick
colours.
question as well. How often do those daisies flower for?
Your African daisies?
Well, it just says daisies, so I'm not sure.
Okay, there's different sorts of daisies, but your African daisies started flowering a month or 2 months ago, and they're going to flower ferociously right through till October.
Wow, that's a long time. There you go. Hopefully that answers your question for you. All right, let's keep going on here on our super cheap cottage category with our Growers Direct flash sale. All of these deals are actually live right now, so hop on over to our website where you can purchase them if you like any of them.
This is your sea thrift. Your sea thrift, beautiful for the cottage garden, lovely for a little border, great for a low maintenance garden, very neat little plant. Now these are just starting to flower, and these will flower through to October or November. Very, very long flowering. And these are white, normally a bit hard to get, and normally a $12, $14, $15 item. These are $6.99. Beautiful white thrift. $6.99.
All right, these are our super cheap cottage deals on the Growers Direct flash sale happening right now.
Now Seaside Daisy is a fabulous thing for a hedge, for a border. Like say for instance, with your English box, you might be trimming it twice a year, and some other boxes you might be trimming 3 or 4 times a year. But you can grow a beautiful flowering border around the edge of a driveway, across the front of the garden, a beautiful flowering border of Seaside Daisy. These ones here are $6.99 down from $9.99. So $6.99, if you do a beautiful border, you plant 2.5 to the metre. So if you're doing 10 metres, you'd plant 12 or 13 of them, and that would make a 10 metre border, which is really cheap. If you do the maths on that, it's very, very cheap border. But the great thing about that border, you water it a little bit, you fertilise it a little bit, not too much, very, very tough sort of a plant, and you get flowers for 5 or 6, 7 months of the year, beautiful little white daisy flowers, and then you only trim it once a year. I trim it in late autumn, so it makes a beautiful low flowering border that only needs 1 trim a year, and Seaside daisies with a little bit of water and fertiliser, they'll last you forever. So it's a fabulous plant for $6.99, a great border, and particularly if you're doing something a little bit cottage style.
Yeah, and they look really good when they've got masses of flowers, as you can see in the background there.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at our next product here.
Right, so here we have the Marguerite daisy. Now your Marguerite daisies started flowering about 6 weeks ago, and they'll flower strongly through to October or November. And what you do is deadhead off the flowers a little bit and keep them flowering. These are, let's see, we'll just double check on what these are.
Double raspberry?
Double raspberry. They're just coming into flower now. But if you were to buy these ones here, your local store, they're $14, $15, $16. These are $6.99. They're lovely fresh ones. They're just getting going. Do you know you've got 5 or 6 months of flowering this year? They'll grow and grow through the winter, and they'll flower and flower and flower. So these will give you a real show. And that's one of the things. A lot of people are coming in, putting, the property market's just starting to pick up, and they're putting properties on the market, and they're asking me what to plant. This is the sort of thing if I was going on the spring market, this would be there's lots and lots of cottage plants I could help a person choose that would be in flower on the spring market. Hopefully interest rates will be coming down a bit, and they'll probably be picking up, and this would be the sort of thing you'd be planting if you're putting a house on the market. So it's double raspberry, beautiful little double pink flower, a whole winter spring of flowers ahead for $6.99.
Beautiful, and we should stress that a lot of these items are limited as well, so you do need to act quick if you do like any of the look of them.
Yeah. So what we've got here now is the Gazania Dynamo. Now Dynamo, yellow with red stripes, an exciting one, but what's nice about this, it's got silver foliage, and that silver foliage looks really, really good all year round. This is a really good ground cover, and they've got little buds just starting to come, so they'll be flowering shortly. So they flower for most of the year, but when they're not flowering, they've got silver foliage, and in amongst that silver foliage, you get these big yellow flowers with lovely red stripes in them, and they're only $6.99, so down from $9.99 to $6.99. And if you've got a beach house or a a country property, and you want something really, really tough that's going to deliver the goods, whether you look after it or not, you cannot go past a Gazania.
There you go, Gazania Dynamo as part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. Super cheap cottage category happening right now. These deals are limited, so hurry.
Could you shoot out there and grab some flowers of this, please? Now, what we have here is one of my favourite cottage plants. Now, if you're the sort of person who likes things a little bit wild, this is an evening primrose and beautiful big pink flowers, and it flowers for months and months and months. But what's great about these is plant there. Oh, there we are, beautiful. There we are. So there it is. That's your pink evening primrose there. So your pink evening. Look at those great, beautiful flowers. Now, but what's great about this is get a nice fertile bit of garden, work up that garden bed nicely, scatter a few of these, and you can have an enormous patch of pink, and they'll just kind of grow wild. They'll flower for 5 or 6 months of the year, and they are a wonderful flower. And we've also got them in white. I think they're the other ones we're going to be talking about. But there's your pink evening primrose, fabulous.
Beautiful. All right, let's move on to the next one here today on the live direct sale happening right now, limited quantities.
Okay, so say you're putting a house on the market. These flower all year round, and these are your Salvia
Roman Red.
Salvia Roman Red.
Yeah.
And at any rate, lovely. They'd be great in a Mediterranean style garden, a cottage garden, almost any garden. And these ones here, they're in a great big pot. So we've got lots of these cottage plants, and you can use these for getting a property ready for sale. So your Roman Red is $9.99. So
$10.99.
$10.99. It's reduced from $16.99 to $10.99. So beautiful big plants. So if you wanted to get your garden looking good straight away, these will jazz it right up at $10.99.
Now keep in mind, we've got over 100 specials here today of just incredible deals, and these are limited quantities at these prices, so you do need to hurry.
Now we've got heaps of mixed colours. Here's two of them here. Here's a pink one and a pink and a sort of a rich burgundy kind of one. These are Marguerite daisies. If you trim off the dead flowers, these will flower almost till Christmas. So beautiful colour. I think Marguerite daisies are one of the most giving plants. They just give and give and give, flower and flower and flower. Then you trim them back, feed them, and back they come again. But these ones here are $10.99. So awesome. Really great for the cottage garden. Or put them in pots, liven up. Like if you've got a little courtyard area, a little patch of sun, you want some winter colour, get these, pop them into some pots, and they're only $10.99.
They got heaps of buds on them ready to pop out as well.
What's amazing about our $10.99 range is that if you go down to your local nursery, they're $14 or $15 for the little plants in the little pots. These are big plants in big pots for less money, for $10.99.
That's probably a $25 product elsewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, or $30, yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go to the next one here.
Now, here's a great deal. This is, I used to sell these years ago. I used to call them bloomin' box, which is kind of a cheeky way, but they're kind of like an English box with beautiful little white flowers. Now, grow these in Melbourne. Don't grow them out in the country where it's too frosty. They're not going to make it. But, grow them in coastal situations. They're really, really fabulous. And what's great about these ones here is that we're giving them away for $4.99. So that's fabulous. They're beautiful big plants covered in flowers, and they're $4.99. Now, you could grow a hedge or border or do a big area with these ones here, but do it in a mild climate. White Cuphea or white bloomin' box, if you want to call it that. And at $4.99, I'd plant 4 of them to the metre, and you'll get a beautiful border or hedge. Just do it in the area where the climate's a little bit mild, okay? But white Cuphea, $4.99, beautiful big. Look at that beautiful plant there. 3-inch pot, and they're normally $6.99. They're $4.99.
Beautiful. If you want any of these deals, you can either come in store, give us a call, or head to our website, hellohelloplants.com.au, where you'll find the deals.
Now, earlier on, I showed you the white Thrift. Now, here's the white Thrift here. Now, what's good about these ones here we're chucking them out for $4.99. Beautiful big plants, $4.99. And at $4.99, if you looked at those thrift that we've got and thought, geez, that'd be nice to put in a nice border, and they would be. They'd be lovely to run up the garden path or something, up both sides of the garden path. And if you did that, you'd probably put them about, I'd probably put them about 30, 35 centimetres apart. But here we've got them ready to plant as a border for $4.99. So if you need 10 or 20 or 30 of them, this is the way to buy. $4.99, white thrift.
All right, awesome. Let's move on to our next product here, Growers Direct Flash Sale. All of these deals are available online right now to purchase.
Right, so here we have Verbena Candy Stripe. That's a beautiful little pink and white flower. I might take it in close here.
Yeah, we probably need a close-up of that one. There we go. And then to this camera as well, to the other audience members.
There we are. So there's a close-up. Beautiful little pink. Now, if you put these in, they're only $4. They're only $4.99. If you pop these in, you will have a beautiful show in springtime. So great for the cottage garden, great for the pot. For if you want some beautiful candy stripe verbena, these would be fabulous for spring. So
lovely.
And spring, you know, winter's around the corner, and then it's spring. And spring's not that far away. It's what, about 6 months away?
Yeah, it's weird to think that, isn't it? Because we only just hit autumn, but you're not wrong.
And if you want to have a fabulous spring, these cottage plants are the way to ensure your fabulous spring. And so we're making it, so with these cottage plants, they're really, really cheap. And now everybody could have a fabulous spring on the cheap.
Awesome. All right, let's move to our next product, guys. So next up we have...
Now, I couldn't believe this. These are a beautiful big pink flower. I know the grower that grew these. I couldn't believe that they put them out so cheaply. This would be the cheapest Hydrangea in Victoria right now. And you know, if you plant these, I reckon you might get 1 or 2 flowers next year, but certainly the year after you'll have a beautiful big bush with lots of flowers. And this is a big, beautiful, soft pink Hydrangea. I've seen this one flowering. But the incredible thing about this is the price, $4.99.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Go down to your local nursery and try and get a hydrangea for under $20. I don't think you will.
Yeah.
I don't think they're mostly 24, 29, 34, 35, 49, all sorts of prices, but nothing like $4.99. And the internet's not playing up. They really are $4.99. So $4.99, only in a small pot, but they're a really big, good, nice hydrangea. And I'm sure that they'll all go. And it's a beautiful, big flower, soft pink. It's what you call a ball hydrangea. It grows in a beautiful ball. And this probably would be one of the best deals that we're putting on offer today. Like a beautiful, big pink ball hydrangea, perfect for your Hamptons garden for $4.99.
Yeah, and we've only got a few of those at that price, so definitely you don't want to miss out on this. Get these deals while you can at the Growers Direct Flash Sale. The page is live right now. Head over to hellohelloplants.com.au or come in store or give us a call on 0393593331. So next we have Devon Skies, which isn't on the screen, but it's in front of you there.
So we've got that coming up on the screen, Devon Skies.
It should be. So they're just in front of you there, Chris.
There we are, Devon Sky. Yeah. Now, Devon Sky is really interesting. It's a little bit like Mondo grass. You can grow this as a border, and then in springtime, these start to have beautiful blue flowers, and they're going to have beautiful blue flowers from, they'll probably start, I'd say, middle or end of September. You'll see the first little tiny blue flowers, and then they'll flower and flower and flower from the middle of September to the beginning of December.
Oh, wow.
And then they knock off. But for the rest of the year, they're just like a beautiful little Mondo. They're like a little dwarf Mondo. They love plenty of water, a little bit of fertilizer, and they love the full hot sun.
Yeah, they're really pretty, actually.
Yeah, very pretty. And you can grow. The other thing is, these are a lovely thing. They're a lovely. Your Devon Sky is a beautiful thing. If you had a low pot, and you've got nothing in it at the moment, get 3 or 4 of these. Even 3 of them, you could put 3 of these into quite a large pot. And the amazing thing is, if you water and fertilize and weed them, you will have that pot full of Devon Skies in one season. Like they multiply. Like if watered and fertilized, they multiply like crazy. So just put 3 of these in a low bowl, sort of pot, and it will fill that bowl they'll fill that bowl in 12 months, and then you have this incredible pool of beautiful blue flowers. And they call it Devon skies because it's a very special blue that it's not like the harsh blue we have in Australia, but it's a lovely soft blue that you would only see in England.
All right, beautiful. Let's get on to our next product here. It is I believe it's the catmint's coming up next.
Yep. Now people get, there's catmint and catnip. Now catnip is...
Which one makes the cats go crazy?
Catnip, what happens, you plant a catnip in your garden, and next thing, every cat for 2 kilometres comes around and has an orgy in your garden. And but this is not catnip, because not everybody wants cats not everybody wants cats having an orgy in their garden.
What's the one to get rid of cats?
I don't know, but
there's nothing.
Yeah, a catmint. This is catmint. And catmint is wonderful stuff. It's a catmint is a beautiful blue flower. Catmint's rather like lavender, and it comes on quite early in spring. And you got this beautiful blue lavender sprays of sprays of flower. And I think this is catmint now, the Peter catmint. So catmint, beautiful sprays of blue flowers, and then when they finish, you trim it off, feed it, and you get 3 or 4 flowerings in one summer. Beautiful cottage plant. And I've discovered that if you've got iceberg roses, blue, for some reason, when you have white up top and blue underneath, it is magic. It's absolutely fantastic. And so these are great to plant underneath your iceberg roses.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, Chris, there's a few comments. The tutu is causing a bit of controversy here on our live. Maybe you could explain why you've got the pink tutu on today, just for those who may not be in the know.
What it is we hired a marketing consultant to help us beef up the interest in our lives. And they said you needed to add some sex appeal. And I thought about that. I thought, well, the only thing to do is put on a pink tutu and show these fabulous legs.
That's right. It's not about the plants anymore, isn't it?
No, it's that bit of sex appeal.
All right, but for those who do actually know what it's about, I'm sure you're here for that reason. All right, good. Let's.
I believe that there's more people here for the pink tutu than
that's what I think's happening right now. A lot of people, you're either getting a lot of love for it, or you're not getting any love. You're getting the opposite of love.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what we have here is a beautiful. This is an amazing Gaura. If you get in close to the flower, I might even come across and show you the flower up close. What you've got is this incredibly striped flower, or variegated flower.
And then to this camera too, the
variegated. So you've got a variegated flower, and then you've got a variegated leaf. Have a look at this variegated leaf. So this is one of the nicest Gauras I've ever seen. You could grow this in a pot on the patio. It's going to flower for 5 or 6 months a year, but you're going to be enjoying that variegation in the foliage. It's a beautiful green and silver variegation, fabulous variegation. And the variegation is not only in the foliage, it's also in the flower. I've never seen another plant quite like that, with the variegation both in flower and foliage. Beautiful thing, easy to grow. Give it a bit of sun, a little bit of water, a little bit of fertilizer, and anybody could grow this anywhere. So, and it's a variegated one, and if you went to buy a special one like this at a lot of nurseries, $12, $14, $15, $16, $4.99, and they're beautiful big plants. Look at the size of this. Look what you get for $4.99.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy for that size. They're ready to go to the next size, almost like. They are. Yeah,
they are. So it's an incredible plant for $4.99. And what are we calling this? We're calling this the
just says variegated.
Yeah. So well, that'll do. So variegated Gaura.
All right, awesome. Let's keep moving along because we've got a lot of products to get through. So these are part of our Growers Direct flash sale. Currently looking at the super cheap cottage plants at the moment. So now we're on to Hot Lips, Salvia.
So this one here is called Hot Lips. Now Hot Lips is interesting. Sometimes it has red and white flowers, sometimes it has white flowers, sometimes it has red flowers. It's very mixed up. It's a beautiful bright red. Seems to flower. If you put this in, great for the cottage garden. You can even grow a hedge or border with this, but it's heat and drought tolerant, poor soil tolerant, and beautiful big ones. These are $10.99. Normally $16.99 in our nursery, but $10.99, and probably a $20 plant anywhere else, but really good hardy plant for the country property, and for long flowering. And it's called Salvia Hot Lips, $10.99. Fabulous.
Lovely.
deal.
And just a quick question from one of our viewers asking, how far apart to plant Gaura?
If you wanted to do, say you wanted to do a mass planting of Gaura, I do them 50 centimeters apart, and you'll fill in, and you'll have a sort of a gapless full area of Gaura.
All right, hopefully that answers that for you, 50 centimeters apart. Let's go to our next product here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Now, this is red fountain grass. Where is it there?
In the 8-inch pot.
In the 8-inch pot, and these are $10.99. And you know, I was looking, the other night I was driving home and I was looking, going past the house, and these were planted up the driveway. And gee, lovely, thick and full in the hot sun, beautiful purpley red foliage, and this lovely weeping sort of, their flowers and seeds were weeping. And what's good about this particular one here, a lot of these grasses seed and go wild. This one here is actually sterile, so it's sterile. It's only propagated by division, and so it's sterile. It's not going to grow wild. And it's got that beautiful purple and red in it, which is a great plant to use for contrast. And do you know you can put this in your cottage garden, or you can put it in your modern garden, or if you've got a factory or a shop, it's a really hardy plant that you can put there to give it a bit of colour and get a bit of life into it. And $10.99 for nice big ones like this is fabulous. Yeah,
they look really good. That's really good to know, because I know people in the past have been worried about those things sort of spreading. But
yes,
it's good
that's
to know
right.
that they're
Yeah. So
sterile.
environmentally, it's a really good, safe plant.
Awesome. All right, let's get to the next one. All right, we've got the Hebe Lemon and Lime.
So now we've got the Hebe Lemon and Lime Hebe, and it's in a 3-inch pot. Now, beautiful. Look how good that plant is in the 3-inch pot. And these are $4.99.
Crazy.
So $4.99, and you've got the lemon lime is a lovely compact Hebe, and you could plant these. I'd plant 3 of these to the meter, and you could make a beautiful border with them, like a box style border, but in a Hebe. So really, and at $4.99 you could afford to do that.
Lovely. All right, let's move along to the next one. We do have to fly through them. Over 100 products on sale in our Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Now, here's your Lotus Gold Flash. Now, Lotus Gold Flash is a sun-loving cascading plant. So if you had a cottage garden with a brick or rock or sleeper wall or something like that, you can plant this on top and it'll cascade over. And you can see the flowers here, beautiful.
Yeah, it looks like little flames.
Yeah, really exotic little flowers. So beautiful exotic little flowers cascading over the side, bit of great colour, really, really good stuff. And Lotus Gold Flash, and these ones here are $6.99. I think they'd normally be a $19 or $20 product. Grow them in a hanging basket, grow them in a pot. They're a beautiful cascading plant. They'll cascade along. Well, I've got one cascading at home, and it falls.
When do they flower?
They flower in the summer heat.
Okay, cool.
Or spring and through summer. Yeah,
amazing.
Warm part of spring.
So $6.99. These are all limited supplies at these prices too. So
Okay.
just keep that in mind if you want to purchase anything today.
Now here we've got another blooming box, and if you want to grow an instant hedge, these would be fantastic. I think this is Rob's Mauve.
That's it.
Rob's Mauve, and these are $10.99. Beautiful big bushy plants. Maybe you're doing a house up and getting it on the market, and you need something with a bit of size and colour on a budget. $10.99.
Amazing. All right, let's get to the next one here. All limited supplies on our Growers Direct Flash Sale. Purchase them today if you want to get a deal.
Yeah, now look at this. This is your pink thrift. Beautiful pink flowers. I might bring it up close and give you a
bring it up
close
to
look
the camera
have a look
again.
at that. Look at these gorgeous little pink flowers here.
Yeah, and this one.
Gorgeous little pink flowers here. Fabulous. Now, your pink thrift, these are nice big advanced flowers. These are going to yield, they've just started to flower. They're going to flower like crazy from now through to probably mid-November. So flowering right through the winter, beautiful bit of colour, pink thrift, and these ones here. Now, these are 8-inch pots, but normally you'd find that even a 6-inch pot of this would be $12, $14, $15 in your local nursery or chain store. These are $10.99 in the bigger size. So you're getting the bigger size for less money than you normally pay for a 6-inch pot.
Amazing. And if you're enjoying our live today, guys, make sure to leave us a like. It does help the algorithm, helps others discover this amazing sale.
Yeah, if you love these legs,
you need to give it a like,
give me 2 likes.
100 likes for the tutu.
Yeah, and that for being brave enough to get out there in a pink tutu.
I know, it's pretty impressive actually.
Yeah. So, okay, so here we've got a white Felicia daisy. Now, lots of people would know the blue Felicia daisy, but these ones here are much more compact than the blue one, and they flower and flower and flower like mad. So if you wanted a beautiful, neat flowering daisy in a pot, or you're a bit of a neat freak and you want some really neat plant, you know, maybe you've got like one of those narrow garden beds across the front of your house and you want something really, really neat, here it is, really, really neat. Trim off those dead flowers and it'll just keep on flowering and flowering and flowering, wave after wave. Give it a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of water, real easy to grow. White, compact Marguerite or Felicia daisy.
Beautiful. All right, let's...
And I better mention the price. We're giving these away for $10.99.
Yeah, beautiful.
And you couldn't even buy a little one in most nurseries for $10.99. These are nice, big, advanced 8-inch pots.
Yeah, all of these deals are incredibly special deals, and you do not want to miss them. If there's anything you like here today, make sure to jump onto the page and buy them now before they go.
Yeah, now these ones here, this is your white thyme, and these are $10.99. Now, your white thyme is the one that you can make a lawn out of. You can grow it around your pavers. It's edible. You can use it in your cooking. Don't go nice in some chicken soup, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
So you could use this in your cooking. Beautiful white flowers for 5 or 6 months a year. Lovely green carpet for the rest of the year. Smooth, lovely green carpet for the rest of the year. Easy to grow. Anybody could grow it. Grow it as a lawn. Put it in the cottage garden. Even grow it in a pot and have it cascade over the edges of your pot. Grow it in a hanging basket if you like. Very, very versatile. And we've got enormous ones here for $10.99. So $10.99 gets you a beautiful white thyme, and use it. I'm gonna make some chicken soup. I'm gonna use white thyme. It'll be beautiful in chicken
Yum.
soup.
Oh, you gotta stop that, Chris, making us hungry. All right, let's keep going here on our Growers Direct flash sale.
Now, Avon, some of your lavenders really don't last that well. These are your Avon View lavender, and these are only $10.99. They're beautiful big plants. Now, if you're dreaming of a beautiful lavender in a pot plant, maybe you're dreaming of a beautiful lavender hedge, Avon View lavender is a lavender that lives for a long time. A lot of lavenders clap out after a couple of years. Your Avon View lavender lives and lives and lives, and it's one of those lavender, and it flowers. It's sort of a spring summer flower. You get 4 or 5 months of the year of flowers, and it has those beautiful little fairy wings on the top of the flower, and it's a beautiful mid-blue, plenty of fragrance, really beautiful lavender at a beautiful price, $10.99. In most stores, I reckon you'd be paying over $20 for a beautiful lavender.
Oh, easy. I reckon even $30 for that size.
Could easily be. Fabulous big lavenders, $10.99. Avon View lavender, a good long-lasting lavender.
Yeah, now, obviously these are all limited as well in quantity at these prices. We do have lots of them, but they're limited supplies, so you've got to be quick on purchasing for the flash sale. So now you've got your... Actually, we've got a surprise one here, I think, because it's sort of gone a bit off list.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. What it is, this got taken off and then
but
put
it's back on
the list.
All right,
so
cool.
this is your Serenity Red. So this is an African daisy, and this is called Serenity Red. It's a beautiful, rich red, very unusual in your African daisies. Look at that beautiful red there. I might even give you a close-up.
Yeah, bring it on up, yeah.
And the thing is, we're giving these away for $10.99. Have a look at that beautiful red African daisy.
Wow, it's a real deep red, actually.
Yeah, really nice. And $10.99. Pop a few of them in the cottage garden. Grow them as a pot plant. Grow them as a border. Pop them along the garden path and have them as a border. But Serenity Red, $10.99. Great price.
Amazing. So our Growers Direct flash sale is now live with amazing specials which you can purchase right now from our website, in-store, or over the phone. What do we got now, Chris?
We've got a beautiful red Calibrachoa. Look at that lovely red Calibrachoa. And this is a big one. It's in a big pot, 8-inch pot, $10.99. Now, Calibrachoas are great. You can play that. Say you've got a standard ficus out there in a pot or out there in the garden, and it's just a stem up in the air and it looks a bit bare and naked underneath. This is a great way to put a bit of colour in underneath. So grow these in the bottom. You can grow them up in hanging baskets, but where you've got pots with nothing much happening on the bottom, put these in and they'll cascade over the side and they'll flower for 5, 6, 7 months a year, just flower and flower and flower. They love to flower, and that's a red one, and it's $10.99. And normally, most stores, you won't even buy a 6-inch pot for, you'll be $14, $15. So it's under the 6-inch pot price, and it's an 8-inch pot.
All right, join us now. Right now, we are live with our Growers Direct flash sale. All of these deals are limited supplies, and they're amazing prices, aren't they, Chris?
They really are. Now this one here, this is your blue convolvulus. Now your blue convolvulus, this is one of my favourite plants for cascading. It's one of my favourite cascading plants. Your blue convolvulus will cascade over a wall. It'll cascade out of a hanging basket. Often when I'm doing landscapes in big pots, I'll put one of these to cascade. It looks fabulous cascading over the side. And what my favourite thing with blue convolvulus is when you plant iceberg roses, if you plant blue convolvulus underneath, white with the blue underneath is just sensational.
Yeah.
And this, so if you've got
iceberg roses?
a row of iceberg roses, pop these in between, one between each one, and bring that icebergs really to life. The blue, the interaction between the blue and the white is amazing. But what I love about these blue convolvulus is they start flowering in the mid of September and they stop flowering at the end of May. So very, very long flowering. And what's interesting, they actually flower for the same period that your iceberg roses are flowering strongly. So they're great to tie with your iceberg roses, great to tie with other roses. But blue convolvulus, an 8-inch pot, $10.99, really good size. These would be great to, if you want to cover something out, have a wall, cascade over a wall. These are beautiful, big, strong plants that will cover over anything really, really quickly.
All right, beautiful. Okay, and also just wanted to quickly mention we are getting a few questions here on the live, but we might save some of those for our live question and answers that we run on Monday. We do have a lot of products to get through here today. We do appreciate your questions, but we do a live Q&A with Chris every Monday at 12 p.m, which you're more than welcome to come along and join on your favorite platform, where he'll be answering any and all of your gardening questions. So join us every Monday at 12 p.m. But for now, we have the Growers Direct Flash Sale, where you can get these amazing deals, and we have a lot of products to get through. So if we don't get to your question here today, we do apologize, but you can save it for the Monday live at 12 p.m.
Now, buddleias, if you want to bring butterflies and bees and birds into your garden, nothing beats the buddleia. And the reason, if you have a smell of a buddleia flower, like I've got one nice flower here, the smell is gorgeous. It's kind of spicy. There's a little bit of cinnamon in it. There's a little bit of honey. It's like honey and cinnamon. And I can really see why that is going to bring the birds and the bees and the insects into your garden. Now, buddleias can be quite expensive. These ones here are, they're going out for $10, $10.99.
That's correct, yeah.
So $10.99, and these are a bit hard to get. They're a white buddleia. They're called ivory. They're Buddleia Buzz Ivory. They're a modern breed. Now, some of the old buddleias turn into towering monsters in your garden. Your Buddleia Buzz only ends up in the 2 to 3 metre range, and you can trim it. And basically, if you trim it and feed it and look after it a little bit, this is going to flower all summer long. So Buddleia Buzz Ivory, white, beautiful big strong plants, $10.99.
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
Great value buy.
And the birds and the butterflies and everything absolutely love them.
Yeah.
So if you like that sort of thing in your cottage garden.
Now we've got Buddleia Buzz. No,
Lavandula. Oh, lavender cupcake, sorry.
So this is Buddleia Lavender Cupcake. Now the smell on this is gorgeous. It smells like that western. This has got less spice in it and more of a honey flavour.
Maybe we've got to get the professional perfumer back for the...
If I was a bee, I'd be going crazy for this.
What about if it was a cat?
What?
What about if you're...
I don't think a cat would like this. It's not at all meaty. But anyway, so there we are. This is a beautiful purple buddleia. And it's a very compact, small growing one. So if you didn't think you had room for a buddleia in your garden, this would be great. Grow it in a pot, grow it in a cottage garden. It's a miniature buddleia. These are beautiful, thick, bushy, healthy plants. The smell on the smell is just fantastic. It's going to bring the birds and the bees and the insects to your garden, and great in a cottage garden, great in a pot. And this is buddleia. What was it called? Buddleia
Lavender Cupcake.
Lavender Cupcake. Yeah. That's a gorgeous name.
Hey, now I did want to quickly mention, if you are enjoying the live today, and thank you to all of our viewers, to make sure to share this live. That also increases the, the capture of the algorithm, so more people can discover this live. And Chris is out here in a pink tutu, and it's actually a little bit chilly today, so you got to give it a like for that alone, I think, or a share,
So, Emlyn, say somebody's watching this and they're admiring me in my pink tutu,
I think
looking at my gorgeous legs,
that.
And they decide that they want to buy. How would you buy?
Well, you hop on over to hellohelloplants.com.au. These products are all live right now, and you can purchase them at these prices. They are in limited supply though, so if there is something you really like, you should snap on it now because you won't get them at these deals. I don't know when. I don't know if we'll do it again, or you never know.
You never
just
know.
Don't know.
The thing is that what we're doing is week after week we're bringing segments. I've been brought up in Victorian horticultural industry, and I've worked in almost every aspect. I've been in tissue culture, plant propagation, tubes, deliveries, everything, and it's an enormous industry. And bit by bit, we're going to bring that. Like next week, we're just going to be focused on low maintenance plants. So people wanting to do a low maintenance garden, we're going to be putting together a selection. So anybody wanting low maintenance, come next week. So these plants will not be available next week because next week we're doing low maintenance, and we're going to have 100 plants all designed for low maintenance. So that'll be next week. So these plants won't be around. Now, normally this is interesting. This is your big geranium. Now your big geranium are modern breeds, beautiful colours. Like I think we need to look at this. And this one here is so here you've got, I'll just bring this one out. This is a beautiful red one here. And now normally we sell these in our nursery in 8-inch pots for $20. And
what are they going for now?
And they're normally an expensive plant. These are going for $10.99. And what it is with the big range, they've bred them to bring out really clear, beautiful colours. And these are $10.99. And have a look at that. Look, this one here is called Big Red.
Yeah, it's nice
and so
big,
these are assorted. So if you were to buy half a dozen of these, you'd get a whole lot of different colours. But look at that there. So these are the big range of geraniums, and they're all mixed. They're all mixed up. You don't know what you're going to get, but $10.99, you're going to get a plant, a great big bushy plant that we would normally be selling for $21, $22, $24. These are $10.99. $10.99 to get those big geraniums. I reckon I'll be getting a couple of these for myself, actually.
Lovely. All right, so it's the Growers Direct Flash Sale. Chris might snap them up before you, so be quick.
Yeah, geraniums.
He's busy on the live right now, though.
Yeah,
you could get
geraniums. Geraniums are drought hardy. Geraniums are drought hardy. Great for the cottage garden. Great for a pot plant. Really, really handy for anybody who wants it. And they flower almost all year round. So great for year round.
Awesome.
Flowering.
We just got a quick question here. Do you guys do delivery outside of Melbourne?
We do free delivery. If you spend over $300, we do free delivery right out to Terrelgan, up north to Shepparton, north to Bendigo, west to Ballarat, and southwest down to Geelong. So we
Amazing.
All of that and everywhere in between. We're doing free delivery when you spend over $300. So to most of the built-up part of Victoria, free delivery to a bloke spending over $300 or a woman spending over $300. And anyway, so here, now Niphopias are normally expensive. Normally people have to save up to buy a Niphophia. They're a beautiful, Niphophia are a beautiful bulb. And anyway, this is a particularly nice one. This one is called...
That's the Red Rocket's Glare, I think.
The Rocket Red Glare.
Yep.
And anyway, so the Rocket Red Glare, beautiful, beautiful red with a hint of yellow. Actually, I might show people this label here. Red with a hint of yellow. There it is there. Red with a hint of yellow. Beautiful, beautiful Niphophia.
We should have them up on the screen too.
We're doing them for $10.99. That is ridiculous. $10.99. Pop them in the cottage garden. Throw a border of them up the garden path. Plant them in little clumps. Plant 2 or 3 at a time, and they'll become a beautiful flowering clump. Fabulous plant, and for $10.99, that is unbelievable.
That is absolutely fantastic. We better keep moving along though. We've only got a couple of products left in our super cheap cottage category, and then we're going to move on to our next category, which is autumn colour. So what do we got here?
So here we've got a beautiful salvia, and this is the darkest of dark salvias. Darkest of dark, and this is Salvia Amistad. Now this would be what I'd normally call a collector's type one, probably $21.99 at your local store, and these ones are going out for $10.99. So there it is there. But have a look at these beautiful flowers. Look at that flower there. Isn't that fantastic? Now what you'll find is you'll plant this in the garden. It's going to grow 1.5 meters tall, and it's going to make a beautiful feature in a kind of like a contemporary style garden, a beautiful flowering bush. It's going to flower for 5 or 6 months of the year, maybe even 7 months of the year. Beautiful hardy evergreen bush. Grow it in your country property, grow it down at your beach house. Really hardy, low maintenance, tough, beautiful plant, and just flowers and flowers and flowers at $10.99, and it's called Salvia Amistad.
Beautiful. All right, so these are all available as part of our Growers Direct Flash Sale, which is live right now. You can purchase these online, helloplants.com.au. Give us a call, 0393593331, or come in store, 1477 Sydney Road, Camfield, where you can purchase any and all of these products. They are limited in quantity, so you do need to hurry.
Okay.
All right, what do we got next? This is the last product too in the cottage garden.
So Salvia Snow Kiss, beautiful salvia. Normally $15 from us, could be $18, $19 in your local store. $10.99, and this is one of those beautiful low spreading ones that have lots of. This is a beautiful low salvia, lovely hardy plant, beautiful perennial to have in the garden. Planted in front of the garden because it's a nice low one, so it's something you'd put in the front. And only $10.99.
Amazing.
Salvia, Snow Kiss.
Snow Kiss, that's
Snow
it.
Kiss, yeah.
All right, so now we've finished our super cheap cottage category, and we're going to swing straight into the autumn color. And yeah, people are commenting on your dress, Chris. They're loving it. Your dress is beautiful. We do have a question here coming. Look, there you go. You're off camera there, actually, on one of the platforms. Anyway. We're getting, there you go, it's going to give you a bit of a, we need some model music here, right? So yeah. We are getting questions through on various products. I just want to remind you that we do a live Q&A with Chris every Monday at 12 p.m. where you can ask any of your and all of your gardening questions. But since this person has been so persistent, I'll just answer it now. So how and when do they trim their sweet viburnum? Please help Chris.
Well, look, it's an evergreen. If I was giving it a real hard trim, I'd wait till August. The light trim anytime you like, but a hard trim August, so that you give it a cut before it has its big spring burst.
All right, beautiful. All right, we're going to get stuck into our autumn category now. So this is the autumn category. It's still part of this direct flash sale.
Autumn color. Now the thing is, what I promised is autumn color for everybody. Now my dad was really a very well-known tree grower, and he grew probably 500,000 trees a year. A lot of them autumn color trees. He went out and he collected the seed out in the field, and he was very, very familiar. And his favorite autumn color tree was this one here, a Chinese pistachio tree. He loved them. Beautiful.
Does that grow to pistachios or not?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's a Chinese one, no pistachios, but beautiful autumn color.
Okay.
Now, anyway, and what I've promised today is I've promised autumn color for everyone. And so what you've got, your pistachio tree is kind of a medium-sized tree, grow it in a suburban garden, no problem, no great problem with the roots or anything like that. Vigorous, beautiful color. Just Google it, have a look. Here's the thing here. Beautiful color, lovely tree.
Yeah, they already have an autumn color to them.
And the thing is that we've got it for $10.99. So as I promised, autumn color for everybody. There's a beautiful autumn color tree for $10.99, whether it's your country property or otherwise.
Lovely. All right, let's move along to our next product here in our autumn category now of the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Okay, now I was amazed. Well, actually, no, I'll tell you a story. This one here is a trident maple. Now, I planted one of these in one of the first gardens I ever made for myself as an adult. At any rate, and the autumn color on this absolutely amazed me. Because what happened with this was that the autumn color came very slowly, and it went through shades of yellow, orange, red, right through to deep purple. And so they had this. So we had this tree that was just covered in every colour leaf at one time. So as it turned gradually, they had all different. So it had many colours on it, and it's a hard glossy leaf, and the autumn colour hung for ages. But then when it fell all over the garden and all over the garden path, and for weeks the garden path was just covered with it was like coloured confetti. Beautiful. So one of the best autumn colour trees around, and it's a hardy, fast-growing, easy-to-grow tree. And we're going to be offering one of these for $2,500 later on. But this one here is going out for Trident Maple, reduced to $21 from $40 to $21.99.
That's correct, $21.99.
Yeah, so $21.99
from $40.
Yeah, so $21.99, and they're beautiful. They're a meter tall, and this is one of the best. And this would be, I said autumn color for everyone. Now this is the autumn color tree that anybody could fit into their garden. So this could fit into any sort of garden.
It's not a huge one, no.
Yeah, even you grow it in a pot, and you're going to see the most amazing one towards the end of the end of our section. But we've got a $2,500 one coming up. So Trident Maple, fabulous autumn colour.
And if you want to get a sneak peek on that one Chris is mentioning there, we just released a video about an hour before this live, which shows and has you talking about it.
Right, about the
big boy.
The big boy, right,
yeah.
Okay, right. And it's probably, it'd be interesting, if anyone interested in fabulous autumn colour and a compact tree for their garden, that $2,500 one, it's something that we're selling and not everyone could afford, but it's something that anybody could do if they looked at it.
Yep.
Now what we have here is we've got Ben Kagami. Now Ben Kagami is a Japanese maple that has beautiful purple leaves in spring. It's sort of browny purpley in summer, and then amazing scarlet autumn colour. So not only does this give you autumn colour in the autumn, but it's got spring colour and summer colour and autumn colour. And they're not expensive. How much are these ones here? Ben Kagami.
They're going at $55.99.
$55. Now, normally you'd expect to pay over $100 for this beautiful grafted maple. Now, I'm 1.8, and it's got the pot on the bottom. So these are coming out about 1.6. So a 1.6 metre tree, and what was it, $59.99?
$55.99.
$55.99.
$56
and
basically.
Colour in spring, deep purple in spring, reddy brown in summer, and amazing scarlet in the autumn. So lots of colour. And this one here is something that almost anybody could grow in a pot or grow in the average suburban garden.
Yeah, and they're usually $90, so they're a great deal. All of this stuff's a great deal. It's all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale, which is all live right now. You can purchase any of these products right now from our website, hellohelloplants.com.au. All right, what do we got next?
What we have here is a butterfly. Now, your butterfly's got little bits of pink and green, like a beautiful variegated leaf. And what that does is that then gives you a beautiful compact tree. This is only going to be a 2.5 or 3 metre tree. And you're going to have multicoloured, because it's variegated, you get multicoloured autumn leaves. So a beautiful little, it's kind of a collector's Japanese maple, but it'll end up sort of pinks and creams and all beautiful colours in autumn, because it's a multicoloured leaf from spring through summer to autumn. So multicoloured autumn colour, compact tree, grow it in a big pot or grow it in the garden as a lovely compact tree. But like I said, autumn colour for everyone. You don't have to have a 5-acre block and put out monster trees. We're giving you autumn colour at prices you can afford. And also, and this one here, again, is a
Butterfly Japanese maple.
$54.99.
Was $140 and now $56.99.
$56.99, that's great. Okay, now we've got the next one.
More than half price, actually, on our Growers Direct Flash Sale for that one.
Now, this is Macawa Yatsubusa. Now, Macawa Yatsubusa, we videoed one of these in autumn colour last year.
Yeah, we did, and it has incredible colour.
This gives you weeks of colour. There you go. That's it there. Amazing autumn colour. So Macawa Yatsubusa, amazing, absolutely amazing autumn colour. Compact growing tree. You could grow one of these on a balcony in a big pot. Amazing, unbelievable richness of the autumn colour. Incredible and a really interesting leaf. And they grow like a natural bonsai shape. It sort of grows and shapes itself into this beautiful sort of bonsai type tree. And these ones here, normally you can't even buy them. And normally you'd pay well over $100 for something like this. These are $59.99. They're very, very slow growing trees. These are actually quite a few years old already. At $59.99, a real collector's item and one of the best autumn. This is a compact autumn colour tree that anybody could fit into their garden or fit into their patio or a tub. So, like I said, autumn colour for everyone. Yeah,
these have one of the best autumn colours, definitely. It's all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale as we do the autumn category here. What do we got next now?
Now we've got the Shaina maple.
We've done a few.
No.
No, this isn't Red Spire. Nishiki's Red Spire, yeah.
Red Spire, and these are Shaina Standard and Nishiki Fountain.
So these ones were $149.99, and now what are they, Chris? Can you see the price there? They're only $48.99.
$48.99.
That's crazy. They're more than $100 off. It's more than 50% off.
Yeah. So now this one here is a very compact maple. So this is the one that you could grow in a tub on your patio, grow this in a little corner in the garden, and this has beautiful spring color, beautiful summer color, and amazing autumn color, and it's a beautiful compact maple, and it's called Nishiki Red Spire. So a beautiful compact maple, one that anybody can have in their garden and have magnificent autumn color, but not just magnificent autumn color, magnificent spring color and magnificent summer color, and then incredible autumn color.
Beautiful.
So this is very much color for everyone. Grow it in a, quite a compact garden, grow it in a tub, grow it on your patio. Autumn color for everybody.
Yeah, if you want awesome autumn color, these are the products to get. Someone just asked, what was the plant you had before this one? Which I believe was the Makawa.
That was the Makawa Yatsubusa.
Yeah, we don't need to bring it out again. It's the Makawa Yatsubusa.
Yeah.
But we'll once this live is finished, you'll be able to head over to YouTube where we'll have a time code of all the products that we've featured in the live today. And also you can head over to hellohelloplants.com.au to check out the Growers Direct flash sale, which is currently live.
Okay.
All right, next we have Nishiki Fountain.
This is a Nishiki Fountain. Now, this has the most amazing autumn color. Basically, this has a sort of a similar leaf and a similar style to your upright normal Japanese maple. And what your normal Japanese maple does is it has yellow leaves, it has red leaves, it has orange leaves, it has purple leaves, it has maroon leaves. And this one here does it all. It has all the colors and they cascade, and this will cascade right to the ground. It'll become very thick and bushy eventually. And this would be something you could keep in a tub, keep it in a small garden bed. And these have been reduced from $249 down to $129, I think.
$129.99. That's
so
correct.
$129. So $129.99. So virtually they're half price. $129.99. And this is a real collector's piece. It's something. If you went down to your local nursery, they don't even have it. It's a rare, unusual collector's piece, and $129.99. And there ain't too many of them.
Very interesting, yeah.
Yeah. So and if you've got a red Japanese maple, this has a different shaped leaf, a different texture, and a different autumn color and a different spring and summer color. So this could be the perfect second weeping maple. If you've already got a red one, this is your second weeping maple here. And $129.99 is a giveaway price.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's all part of the Growers Direct flash sale happening right now. And a lot of these are very limited at this price. At these prices, they're absolutely limited. So you do need to, if you do like anything you see here today and you want to get it, head over to our website. Someone was asking, do we ship to Western Australia?
No.
Yeah, sadly not for whoever that was asking the question before.
So here we have a Shaina maple. Now, Shaina maple, beautiful. These grow very, very, once they've matured, they get a very dense foliage, and this one's been grafted up as a standard. So you've got that beautiful stem down there, so you can grow other plants and flowers, things like your lime larva underneath, and then this will become a lovely big red round ball here. It'll be brilliant red in springtime. It'll be sort of reds and mauves and various colors through the summer, and then amazing, brilliant sort of scarlet, pinky scarlet autumn color, incredible color in the autumn. So beautiful source of color. Grow this in a tub, grow that as a feature in a garden. It's a standard one. They're $149.99, and we've reduced it to $119.99. So basically, it's a grafted standard maple for $119.99.
Beautiful. All right, and we've done heaps of videos on these as well. So if you want to check out more of the Shaina maple, head over to our socials. Or you can jump on YouTube and search Hello Plants Shaina maple. Yep. It should come up. All right, let's get on to the next product. We better keep moving here, Chris. Quite a few to get through.
So what we've got here is we've got Inaba Shadare. Now, Inaba Shadare, the beauty of Inaba Shadare is, well, there's two things that are really great about Inaba Shadare. First of all, beautiful, almost black foliage, purple black comes out in springtime. It goes to reddy brown in the summer and then incredible brilliant scarlet in the autumn. So lots and lots of colour through lots of the year, and it's what I like about it, it's very, very hardy. It's probably the best if you've got a hot sunny spot. It's if you plant it properly, plenty of loose soil around it, a bit of water, a bit of fertilizer. It's the least likely maple in the grafted weepers. It's the least likely to sunburn, and it's the fastest growing, and it's the toughest of them all. So it's tough, it's fast, it's a very, very strong maple. A lot of maples can be a little bit weak. This is a really strong maple. This will grow into a beautiful maple. And we've got an Argyranthemum, normally $2.99 down to $139.99 for a grafted standard Argyranthemum.
All right, beautiful. All right, we'll keep moving along. We're on our autumn category here on the Growers Direct Flush Sale. This one's quite big.
Yeah. So this is a Siriu maple.
Look at that, it's probably 3 meters tall.
And now I'm 1.8, and it's got another metre on there, but you've got to subtract the pot. So you're probably looking at 2.4 metres. And this is a beautiful maple, beautiful fine cut leaf. It's an upright maple with a sort of a similar leaf to most weepers. Now this grows a really rich autumn colour. It's a sort of like a deep purple, deep purple, reds, deep purples, very, very strong colour, and a beautiful maple, but really strong, rich autumn colour. And what could be really good is if you wanted, say you wanted an amazing autumn colour show in the autumn, buy yourself 2 or 3 maples. Like say you were to plant a Senkaki maple and an Emperor 1 maple. So Senkaki will give you pinks and yellows and oranges and things like that. This will give you deep purples. And then if you planted an Emperor 1, it will give you scarlet colour. And you often see that in when you're looking at pictures of beautiful Japanese gardens where they planted different varieties of Japanese maple together to create a variety of different colours. And that's what you can do. And this one here gives you the deepest purpley burgundy sort of colour. So very deep, rich colour, lovely bright green through spring and summer, and it's called, and a beautiful fine leaf, and it's a lovely shaped tree. So really lovely tree. And now the price of that, normally $200. Now $200 would be cheap for a 2.4 metre maple, but you're going to get this for $109.99. So $109.99 is really cheap for a 2.4 metre weeping maple. And think of mixing, if you want some real autumn colour action, mix this up with a couple of others. And if you need help, talk to my staff and they'll help you sort out 2 or 3 maples to put together.
Yeah, beautiful. And someone just mentioned they like the pictures at the back, actually, that helps them see how these are going to look. Obviously, this is all autumn colour categories, but you really get an idea with the video and the background there.
Yeah. So this one here is elegans. Now elegans has got a beautiful leaf. It's a big leaf that's sort of highly cut. Beautiful golds and oranges, sort of warm, sort of burnt kind of colour. So this would be another maple you could mix with other maples. So yellows and oranges and sort of nice burnt kind of colours. So beautiful autumn colour, lovely shape spreading tree. Beautiful, interesting leaf, very, very different. Would love to plant this with sort of like Emperor 1 or Atropurpureum, you know, one of the darker ones. So really beautiful maple, and this has been reduced from $169 to $89.99. It's in a 13-inch pot, and it's over 2 metres tall. So a really good start for your garden, 2 metres tall at $89.99. That's really, really cheap.
Yeah, now unfortunately on one of the cameras there, it almost looks like it's camouflaged, that plant there, but you get the idea with the video in the background how beautiful it looks. Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to our next one in the autumn color categories.
So here we have the Crimson Century maple, beautiful maple, lovely, lovely purple foliage, beautiful purple foliage, and this, what's great about this one, it grows into a column. And when I'm doing garden designs, I'll often plant 2 or 3 of these in the front of a beautiful home, and without blocking the house out from the street, we can provide a bit of kind of relief from all the masonry and everything like that. You can soften the look of the house, but not block it off completely. And these also, you can trim them, and they'll grow 5 or 6 metres tall, but you can keep them as a really narrow column. And what they do in terms of autumn colour is that they're purple in spring, almost a blacky purple, lovely rich purple this time of year, and then right down in May or June, they'll turn bright orange. So purple, 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 bright orange. So great tree for a bit of colour, and great tree if you want something tall and skinny, maybe on an avenue, maybe to break up the look of a house without, you know, without blocking it off from the street. And it's called a Crimson Century Maple. Now, Crimson Century Maple is normally $169.99. We've reduced it to $89.99. So $89.99 Crimson Century Maple.
Beautiful. All right, so this is all part of our Growers Direct flash sale. We're currently in the autumn color category. You can purchase any of these products right now. They are live in limited quantities though at these prices, so you need to be quick.
Now, one of our suppliers is a real plant collector and really knows his plants. And I said to him, oh, look, I need little bushes. I want everybody to be able to have fabulous autumn colour. And he said the best autumn colour plant that you can possibly get, the #1 autumn colour plant in his opinion for the whole world, is this one here. It's called the Burning Bush. Now, these are not autumn colouring at the moment. We can see a start of a little bit of colour just here. But this turns into the, and now, because my goal was that if people love autumn colour, no matter how small their garden, they should be able to have autumn colour. This is a bush that will only grow a metre or so. You can keep it just a metre or so tall. A very, very hardy bush. It's got interesting bark, interesting foliage, and it has, the grower says that this has the best autumn colour of any plant.
Yeah,
look
looks
at the
incredible
colour there.
up there.
It looks like a bush on fire.
Yeah.
The Burning Bush. So there it is. And these ones here, and it's a rare collector's plant, and normally $22.99. These are $10.99, and you can have the Burning Bush burning in your garden next autumn.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you want to get any of these deals, you can do it either in store here, call us up on the phone, or you can do it on the website. Our phone number is 0393593331, or you can head over to hellohelloplants.com.au.
Now, I once went to Bright to photograph autumn colour for the website. At any rate, I was sort of like at the back of the main town there, near the river there, and I looked across and I saw, off in the distance, I saw a golden tree that was just glowing. And I thought, that is the best gold I've ever seen. And from where I was, I couldn't quite discern which tree it was. And but when I went over and had a look, it was just a plain ordinary, not a grafted ginkgo, just a plain ordinary seedling variety ginkgo. And we'll just have a look. I'll take this up to the camera, and you can see this. It's only just starting to turn, but you can see the richness in this gold. So if you want, and what's good is ginkgo trees don't quickly become too big. So, and you can always trim it and keep it down. But that's your ginkgo there, just starting to turn. But they hold well. They turn. So the autumn colour with the ginkgo is not fleeting. So what you've got is you've got them autumn colouring and colouring. They're just starting to colour now, and they'll be colouring for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And it is the best gold of any autumn colour. So if you want to get some gold into your landscape, or perhaps you want a, and this is a tree that, you know, in the foreseeable future is not going to get too big, so you can grow it in your suburban garden. You can grow it on your country property, and even if you're living on a, if you're living with just a courtyard or a little balcony, you can even get miniature grafted varieties of ginkgos. But ginkgo, I believe, is the best gold on the planet, the best golden autumn colour on the planet. So if you want the best gold, your ginkgo's the way to go. And these ones are not expensive. These ones here, ginkgo, normally $39.99. They're a metre tall, $29.99.
Beautiful. All right, so we are going to have to speed things up a little bit, Chris, because we've still got more than 50 products to get through.
Wow.
So let's start moving through the products a bit quicker. But these are all part of our Growers Direct flash sale. You can check it out on our website. You can purchase them right now. Just get in there and go for it.
So here's your tulip tree. Now, some people would argue that your tulip tree is the best autumn colour tree in the world. I know I said that, and it would be debatable. It is an amazing autumn colour tree. I went past one last year, and I had to stop the car and take a look. It was rich colour, beautiful colour tree. It's a lovely tree, fast growing, easy to grow. It's small enough to fit into a suburban garden, big enough to look good on a country property, and they're not expensive. We've got your tulip tree, normally $39.99 down to $23.99.
Right now in the Growers Direct flash sale. Let's get the next product up.
Yeah.
So now we're jumping over. We're still in autumn colour.
Now your Jeffers red maple. These are just starting to colour. Beautiful. Look at that tag there. So beautiful
We've got a
coloured
big boy
maple
there as well.
and lovely leaf. Now, what's good about your Jeffers Red? Some of these red coloured maples. Now we've got them in two sizes. Some of these red coloured maples don't grow so good in hot or difficult country. And I had a guy who lost all his red maples in Shepparton, came to me, wanted to redo his avenue. We redid it with Jeffers Red, grew beautifully. So Jeffers Red, you can grow it in a hot country, grow it in a difficult country. We've got two different sizes. These 8-inch pots reduced from $49.99 to $29.99, and they're nearly as tall as me. So about 1.6 metres tall.
Great.
Once you subtract the pot, and then two and a half meters tall in a and they're only reduced from $200 to $89.99. So $89.99, well over 2 meters tall. So if you want some big impact in your garden quick, that's a great deal. $89.99.
Lovely. All right, and if you're enjoying this live here today, make sure to leave a like. Chris is in his pink tutu. It's a little bit chilly in Melbourne. The wind's going up his skirt. Would love a like, and also share this live if you're enjoying it as well, as it helps others discover this live. Thank you so much.
Okay, so here we've got the Autumn Red Canadian Maple. Now people love the Canadian Maple, maybe the richest red of all. And you've got them, and they are
got two sizes, yeah.
$29.99 an 8-inch pot, about 3 foot tall, and then 2 meters tall, $89.99. So that's your classic red maple. That's the one that goes all through Canada and North America, right up in the northern part, that turns amazing red.
Amazing, yeah. And they're usually $200 for the big one and $50 for the small one. Now, much better pricing in the Growers Direct Flash Sale. Limited quantities on all of these products. All right, let's move on to the next one.
So what we have here is we have the Sensation Maple. Now, why is the Sensation Maple a sensation? I'll tell you why. It's one of the fastest growing maples you can get. It's one of the toughest growing maples. It's an Ace Negundo. And back at the time of the Dust Bowl, back in the early 1900s, where there was a large part of Oklahoma and around that area that had been decimated by drought and dust, they planted, I think, 10 or 15 million of these, of the parent of these ones here, which is your boxleaf maple. They planted those, and so that you can grow these in the toughest and most difficult spot, and they grow quickly. They have a lovely straight stem, beautiful spreading tree, and this is the sensation part of it. They start autumn colouring in February, and they autumn colour, and they autumn colour, and they autumn colour, and they autumn colour, and they keep on going. Wow. They keep on colouring till they reach a sort of a climax in early June, and then they drop. So it's the longest autumn colouring tree that I know of, and that's why they call it a sensation maple. So very, very slow to colour and drop their leaves.
Lovely. And what have we got priced on those two sizes there?
So what we've got is the 8-inch is down to $30, and the 12-inch is down to $80. So from $150 down to $80, and from $50 down to $29.99. So you can afford now. So if you live out in Bendigo or somewhere like that, and you're looking for a maple tree that will grow in that hot, dusty environment, this is the maple tree that's going to make your place look absolutely wonderful and be tough and easy to grow. Grow it in poor soil, hot conditions, it'll be fabulous.
Lovely. There you go, guys. So it's our Growers Direct Flash Sale. Limited quantities on these amazing prices that we have right now. The sale is live right now as well, so you can head over to the website and actually purchase any of these products you see or you like here today.
What we have here is a Senkaki maple. Now, what your Senkaki maple does is that the stems turn bright scarlet in the winter. So amazing scarlet stems in the winter. The autumn colours, beautiful soft pinks, yellows, oranges. This one here is nearly 3 meters tall, and it's been reduced from $2.99 to $169.99. So $169.99, over 2 meters tall. It's going to fill out and make a beautiful tree. And I think that if you Google Senkaki maple and look at it, you'll think you've made some sort of mistake, because you'll see every colour in the world. There's reds, there's every colour you've ever seen, and you'll think it's some sort of mistake. But what it is, they go all different. Nothing delivers more different colours for more times in the year, and this is an autumn colour tree that people can put into the smallest courtyard or garden area.
That's right, and we're not mucking around when we said it's only limited sizes. There's only 6 of these available at that price, so if you do want to get them, and that's well over 3 meters actually, if you look at that.
And $169.99, over
Crazy.
3 meter tall Senkaki maple.
All right, great. Let's keep moving along in the autumn colour category.
What's great is these have got a little touch. These are 1 meter tall. These are your white flowering dogwood. These grow wild in the swamps in Florida and that. Now, what's great about these is fabulous spring blossom, the most amazing spring blossom, and then beautiful autumn color. These are just starting to turn, so it's a double show. It's like me, sort of talent and gorgeous legs. These ones here have beautiful white flowers and fabulous red autumn color and burgundies and things like that. So great autumn color and beautiful flowers. White flowering dogwood, reduced from $39.99 to $21.99. Now normally dogwoods are an exotic, expensive plant. At $21.99, that's cheaper than a gum tree, and they're fabulous.
That's it. Yeah. And Chris was asked by a marketing expert to wear his pink tutu today.
Yeah, to add sex appeal.
That's right.
Yeah,
so just in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
All right, these deals are live right now, limited quantities. Hurry up and get them in the Growers Direct flash sale.
Okay, now what we've got here, we made a video about this spring. This is your pink dogwood, and this is no ordinary pink dogwood. This is a grafted pink dogwood. And anyway, it's a amazing sort of rusty pink, not a beautiful pink. So a beautiful rusty pink, beautiful big plant, and they are white, pink.
They were $129.99
down to $79.99. That's incredibly cheap for. Like normally this is a super exotic, super rare plant. But the great thing is you can see the first leaves are starting to colour. Look at the colour on it. So not only are you going to get the most amazing big rusty pink blooms, but incredible autumn colour. So amazing autumn colour, and it's going to colour for weeks and weeks and weeks and give you beautiful colour. And it's a lovely big bush. Grow it, and if you're buying some of these, just get a little advice from our nursery people how to get the best out of your dogwood. So dogwoods, a little bit of a trick to growing them. Fabulous thing to have. Flowers and autumn colour.
Lovely. And if you're enjoying this live today, make sure to like it and share it to get it known far and wide to know these amazing deals.
Now, what we're looking at now is we're looking at smoke bushes. Now, the interesting thing about smoke bushes, like the dogwoods, their autumn colour, and that was the promise of today, was I was delivering autumn colour for everybody. So lots of people could fit a dogwood in their garden, lots of people could fit a smoke bush in their garden because they're only a bush. And so here we have Cotinus grace. Now, Cotinus grace is a sort of a very interesting pinky purple. Like I'll just show it there. Look at that. It's a really interesting pinky purple. And the autumn colour is spectacular. So spectacular, and it also has these big sort of fluffy smoke.
Yeah, we can see that in the back actually.
So amazing colour in spring, amazing colour in summer, and incredible autumn colour. Hardy bush. Anybody can fit one of these into a suburban garden. And your pink smoke bush, 8-inch pot. Your grace smoke bush is
was
$39.99 to $19.99. Now that's almost
that's a bit of a crazy one. Yeah, $20 for that. You wouldn't see that very often, and in fact you wouldn't see that ever.
Well, you may never see it again. So now we've got the golden spirit smoke bush, and your golden spirit smoke bush is reduced from $132.99 to $79.99. Now this is going to have fabulous gold autumn colour, but it's gold in spring, gold in summer. It's a beautiful soft gold. I mean, this is really add the most beautiful accent to a corner of your garden, and fabulous gold autumn colour, and $79.99. A really special. You may never. You don't see this very often, so you may not ever see it again at $79.99. But you may not ever see it again. Like it's a very.
I haven't even seen that plant.
It's a really rare and wonderful plant,
and it has a really good autumn colour too, as we can see in the background there. Golden Spirit Smoke Bush, incredible deals here. There's only a few of those as well. Actually, there's only 6 of those at that price. So if you like that, you should jump on it now.
Now this is your purple smoke bush, and like I said, I wanted to deliver autumn colour for everybody. So here it is, a purple smoke bush. Now it's only tiny, but it's going to grow. These are beautiful, healthy plants. $9.99, reduced from $21.99. So $9.99 for a smoke bush is a fabulous price. You can get like today. If you pick some of the cheaper items out, you could fill a beautiful country garden with some fabulous autumn colour and only spend a couple $100.
Fantastic.
And remember, if you're out in the country, through most of country Victoria, you can get free delivery when you spend over $300. You can buy online, you can buy over the phone, or you can come in and see us.
Yep.
And you might even come and see us and get a free garden design and get some help designing the garden. But we can fill you, if you look at the specials in here, this week we can fill a beautiful country garden with fabulous autumn colour for only a few $100.
That's right. Come in and visit us as well. Like this weekend's going to be beautiful weather. We're located at 1477 Sydney Road, Campbellfield in Victoria if you do ever want to visit us. But if you can't get to us, you can purchase these online at hellohelloplants.com.au while supplies last on the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Now, what's interesting, this is a fairly ordinary coloured smoke bush, but I remember I had a batch of these in here a few years ago, and you couldn't give them away, just a plain green bush, nobody could see why you buy it, and then they autumn coloured. The autumn colour was out of this, it was from like autumn colour from another planet. It was the most brilliant autumn colour I'd ever seen, and the whole lot sold in one weekend. People just one or two at a time out there.
Yeah, as soon as they go to autumn colour, they just sell like crazy, don't they?
So your cotton's flame, one of the most amazing, it's one of the most boring summer. I think this is the sort of thing I'd probably want to put in a big garden. I'd put it over the back somewhere, and then when it comes into colour, it'll boom like that. It'd be fantastic. And the thing with that, it's a rare collector's plant, not $50, but $19.99. So $19.99, rare collector's plant. Probably one of the best autumn colour plants you'll get, and not too big a plant, just a nice medium-sized plant.
Lovely. All right, this is all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. Checking out autumn colour. Only 3 products to go in the autumn colour now.
Now here we have a really rare one. It's super duper green. It's called Kermit. And anyway, so you got your Kermit smoke bush, beautiful autumn colour, lovely, lovely tree. And it's a rare collector's one. Normally $129.99. They're now $79.98. So
Amazing.
$79.98. Kermit. The green smoke bush with sort of nice goldeny tips.
That's incredible. I didn't actually know there was that many smoke bushes. It's you got the whole selection of smoke bushes in the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
It's not a time to give up smoke bushing.
Someone just said you lost a bet. That's why you're wearing the pink tutu, is it? No, it was marketing. We had a marketing
guru
evaluator.
come in here and he said you had to add some sex appeal.
For the plants, of course.
Yeah.
All right, these deals are limited, so you do need to jump on them while we got them. This is the second last product here.
So what we've got here is a capital pear. Now, capital pears can be quite expensive, but these ones here are over 2 meters tall, and it reduced from $139.99 to $69.99. Now they're going to have beautiful. They're going to have a bit of yellow, a bit of orange, and then they're going to have some lovely purples and burgundy autumn colour. So beautiful autumn colour. Fabulous capital pear, beautiful autumn colour, $69.99, over 2 meters tall. That's an advanced tree for $69.99, and you could run these up the driveway, put them at the entrance of your country property. But because the capital is kind of tall and narrow, you might use it along the fence line of your suburban property. But great autumn colour and beautiful white spring blossom as well, and $69.99.
Yeah, it's really quite big for that price.
Now your capital pear grows like a column, and here we've got a Cleveland select form. Now your Cleveland grows like a teardrop, a fat bottom coming up to a pointy top, vigorous, hardy, some pears break apart in the wind. Cleveland could be one of the hardiest in the wind. And what's interesting about the Cleveland pear is that in springtime, if you plant a row of them, they'll all start flowering on the same day. They'll all stop flowering on the same day. They'll all turn green on the same day when they get green leaves. And then they'll all autumn colour on the same day. They'll all grow the same shape. They're like peas in a pod. So if you plant these as an avenue up your driveway, they'll always be amazing. They look like you've had a gardener trim them when the beautiful round teardrop shape. So they're quite spectacular for mass planting.
Lovely. All right, so make sure to like this live and share it far and wide if you're enjoying it today. It helps us discover all these incredible deals. That was the last product of our
Cleveland pear, $69.99.
Oh, we didn't give the price,
2 meters tall. $69.99, 2 meters tall.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Which is kind of nuts, yeah.
Yeah, but they are limited. You can't do this forever, Chris. Like you can't just you're almost giving them away at these prices.
I know, but what it is,
we'll go broke if we keep doing that.
Grower direct. I'm making the fields full of stock available to the public.
That's right. So you can purchase these products right now. We do have a QR code up behind Chris. We're going to enter our Japanese categories now, but you can head over to hellohelloplants.com.au to purchase any of these plants right now.
Now I'm looking gorgeous in my pink tutu.
Hang on, you're off camera there.
Gorgeous in the pink tutu.
Oh, you're on camera on the other one, yeah.
Looking gorgeous in the pink tutu.
I don't know about gorgeous.
Look at
What do
these
you reckon?
legs. Look at these legs. But anyway, I'd like a
Well-
like. At least one like.
And a share.
A like and a
Because
share.
I think the share is important though. Because
okay.
others can discover these deals.
Yeah, and these legs.
You might have an auntie or a grandma or your neighbour who wants to check this out,
Yeah. Or maybe
What do you
there's
think?
some slightly perverted person next door.
No, well, you'll be able to please many different kinds of people with this live today.
Yeah.
Plant lovers and sleazers alike,
Yeah. We got it for everybody.
That's all right.
Right.
All right, let's move along. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get through a few, so we're gonna have to rapid rush this. 30 minutes in the Japanese category. So let's go, guys.
Okay, so Black Mondo
Was $9.99, and now only $7.99.
So $10.99 down to $7.99. So that's
$10.99 down to $7.99.
$9.99 down to $7.99.
Beautiful.
Okay, and so Black Mondo, great way to get a bit of accent into your. Now later on you'll have Lime Lava come up. Lime Lava goes fabulous with Black Mondo. The two just go together in the I use them all the time in my Japanese gardens.
Lovely.
So,
Someone was asking about lime lava, so if they're still with us, it's coming. Don't worry. All right, let's
so
get
Black
to the next
Mondo,
one.
$7.99, and they're beautiful big bushy plants. They're a 4-inch pot. Now, what's interesting is a lot of people struggle with Mondo grass in hot sun. But here is a non-flowering liriope, which is better than your normal Mondo grass. And these ones here have come down to El Marco. It's come down to $9.99. So great to give that Japanese accent. And this is a liriope that can grow in the hot sun. Very even, non-flowering, amazingly good liriope. Sort of like a super duper tall Mondo grass. At only $9.99, reduced from $14.99. So
Beautiful.
El Marco Liriope, great for your Japanese garden.
All right, it's all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. There's our Japanese category right now. You wouldn't think this next one was Japanese, but it definitely looks the part.
Yeah. Now, what it is the Japanese use a lot of mosses. We're a bit hot sunny here for mosses, but this gives you the moss effect without actually being moss, and we call this Irish moss. Now, Irish moss is that beautiful green little mound that you can have in your Japanese garden. Use it with a beautiful spiky pine tree or something like that. Even put it with a bit of Black Mondo. But Irish moss, and we're doing those down reduced from $6.99 to $4.99. So $4.99 for Irish moss.
All right, let's jump on to our next Japanese style product here. For the Japanese enthusiasts, Japanese garden enthusiasts on the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
If you want to add a Japanese accent to your garden, or you want to be doing some modern architecture, you've got a really classic property that Japanese garden really works in, or Japanese style really works in. Now here we've got a special wisteria called Amethyst Falls. Now what this does, gives you a fabulous show of blue flowers and purpley blue flowers in spring, and then when the heat of spring comes and the heat of summer, it just has that odd flower all through. So if you were to grow this over an archway or something in your Japanese style garden, this will keep on flowering all summer long. So it's like a wisteria with a double sort of show. And these have been reduced from $49.99 to $29.99.
Beautiful.
So wisteria Amethyst Fall. The wisteria with a difference. This has got the summer flowers.
All right, great. And then someone just asked, does the Black Mondo eventually turn green?
No.
No. Yep. There you go. All right, let's keep going, guys. So,
So
leave a
here-
like and share this live too.
Here
as
we've
you're
got
enjoying it.
beautiful big tractor seats, and they're reduced from $18.99 to $14.99. So at your local nursery, you might have been, and then we've got the really advanced size ones, the 10-inch pots, reduced from $69.99 to $39.99. So these great big tractor seats up here, that's these ones here, $39.99, and you've got an instant effect. So $39.99 is crazy. Like at your local store, you might be paying $120 for one that big.
Yeah.
And then you've got these ones here, really good sizes.
Which is still very big for that
they're
size.
they're still really good sizes, and you've got those for $14.99. So $14.99. They're the height of fashion, and they look great in your Japanese, absolutely fabulous in your Japanese garden. Grow them in the shady corner of the of the garden. Give them plenty of water and fertilizer. Grow them in the shady corner. Don't grow them in the hot afternoon sun. But $14.99 and super advanced $39.99.
There you go. It's all part of the Growers Direct flash sale. It's happening right now live. All of these products you can purchase online right now. We're checking out the Japanese style gardens right now. Head over to hellohelloplants.com.au to purchase right now.
Now, you can't have a Japanese garden without the cherry blossom, and it's not the plum blossom that they love. They love the cherry blossom. This one here is going to, this spring, this will be just cascading beautiful white flowers. It flowers on a slightly older wood, so this will give you a fabulous show. Beautiful cascading white flowers are beautiful, and it's never going to get too tall. Grow this in a pot, grow it in a nice, grow it in a pot, grow it in a small garden bed. But beautiful spring white cherry blossom. It'll happen around the time of the grand final. Beautiful. And what's interesting, these ones here have been reduced from $129.99 to $69.99.
Beautiful. All right, that's Falling Snow Cherry, only $70. It's really good.
Now, look at this. Here you've got 10 dwarf mondos for $17.99. Plant these in between your
that's
pavers.
awesome.
So
yeah, you got them on the pavers.
That's $1.79, so $17.99. Plant them between your pavers, plant them in your Japanese garden in little clumps. They love the shade, don't really like the hot sun too much, but $17.99 for 10 of them, and reduced from $21.99, I think.
Yeah, $24.99 usually, and now you're down to $17.99. All right, keeping the Japanese theme going, we have
Now what we have here is the Yatsubusa Black Pine.
That's it.
So beautiful black pine. Now this is a miniature black pine that anybody could train or shape or have work in their garden. So it's a beautiful black pine that you could have in your garden that doesn't ever get too big. And well, if you go to Japan and visit the beautiful classic Japanese gardens, you will not find a garden that hasn't got a pine tree in it. So pine trees are the essence of your Japanese garden, and these miniature ones are much easier to train than the bigger ones, and your Yatsubusa Black Pine reduced from $119 to $89.99.
There you go. It's all part of the Growers Direct flash sale. There's only 3 of those. These are limited quantities in the Japanese theme Growers Direct flash sale that's happening right now.
Now what we've got here is a dwarf Swedish mountain pine. So it's not from Japan, it's from Sweden, but the thing is, a dwarf pine, this is one that you barely have to train. Very, very good for your Japanese garden because it's easy to train and control and looks very authentic in a Japanese garden. And they've been reduced from $129.99 to $89.99. So a lovely, gorgeous little self-training miniature pine tree.
Beautiful. Let's move along to
$89.99.
we got them down. Yeah, $89.99. Next product here as part of the Japanese theme in the Growers Direct flash sale. All of these products are available right now to purchase online as well.
Now you can grow this in a pot. And what you do is you grab the branches like that. You train them up on a stake, and then they cascade down. And if you watch the Karate Kid, this is the and he learned to do some bonsai. I think it might have been Karate Kid number 2. He learned to do some bonsai, and this was the type of sort of conifer that he used, a juniper like this. So you can grow this in a pot, grow it in the garden, but you can turn. These have been started to be trained up. Just keep on training them up, and they have the beautiful cascading branches. And it's almost a do-it-yourself natural kind of a bonsai. Like you'll easily do this yourself as a bonsai, or do it as a bonsai-style specimen, or a tree, a tiny, tiny tree in a beautiful little Japanese garden. And they're called Juniperus pingai prostrata. And instead of paying $59.99, you're paying $39.99 for these. So $39.99.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, limited quantities though.
Yeah. Now, I don't think I ever do a Japanese garden unless it's in the shade. These love the sun. And this is your lime lava, and we've got beautiful big ones like at your locals nursery will pay $16.99 for a little tiny one of these. We've got these great big ones here for $16.99. So lime lava, it's Australian native, and basically it's a moss style plant that loves the sun. So moss style plant loves the sun, and reduced from $24.99 to $16.99.
Lovely. All right, let's move along to our next Japanese style product here in the Growers Direct flash sale.
So what we've got here is a Bloodgood maple, and it's $299. Now this is going to fill out, and this will give you a beautiful deep purple in spring, beautiful red in summer, fabulous scarlet in the autumn, So really great coloured maple and really essential. And it's
What's it reduced to, Chris?
it's reduced from $2.99 to $199.99. So that's fabulous for a 2
$100,
metre
yeah.
blood good
$100
maple.
That's really good. 200 reduced down to $200 for that.
So what we here is a Koto Komachi Japanese maple, reduced from $349 to $189.99. Now what you've got is you've got hang on, no, this is your elegance and blood good.
elegance,
so what you've got here, and this one here is from $5.99 down to $3.99. Now what you've got is, if you look closely at this, you've got two different coloured maples. So one of them is going to have purple leaves in spring, the other one's going to have green. One of them is going to have yellow and orange in spring, one's going to have scarlet, and they've been woven together, and eventually they'll knit together and become one tree. So it'll be one tree that's really two trees with contrasting colours, very, very unusual. I think we've got 3 of these available, and $399.99, and you're actually getting 2 maples in one pot woven together to make beautiful contrasts of reds and golds and greens and purples.
That's right, and just for contrast, they're usually $600 for one of those, and they've got them down, reduced to $399.99, all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. Head over to hellohelloplants.com.au, limited quantities if you want to get one of these plants right now.
Okay, now here we've got a really rare Koto Komachi, and I was looking at a big mature one of these yesterday, and this fills out and becomes the most beautiful maple. This one's 2 meters tall, and it'll just fill out beautifully from here. And what's interesting is that on this tree, no 2 leaves are the same. They have some the leaves are as fine almost as human hair, some are quite much whiter. So you get this whole collection of different coloured leaves, and when this fills out and you get all the textures and that running together, this is one of the most beautiful maples around, and it's called Koto Komachi.
That's it. All right, and what's the price down to?
So $349 down to $189.99. It's a beautiful big one in a 20-inch pot,
Beautiful.
A real collector's item. This could absolutely make a Japanese garden.
That's it. So it's all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. It's all live right now as we move quickly through these products.
Now here we have a Makawa Yatsubusa. Now these are a natural kind of a bonsai. One like this is 9 or 10 years old, and we've got them in 2 sizes today. This is a real collector's maple. It has amazing, absolutely incredible autumn colour, very, very slow growing. And our 20-inch pot is reduced from $600 to $399.99. So $399.99 for the 20-inch pot. And then these ones here, in 4 or 5 years, could be as big as the 20-inch pot. These ones here are reduced from $129.99 to $59.99. So
Amazing.
Makawa Yatsubusa, a real collector's item, fabulous autumn colour, and self-shaping into a bonsai, into a beautiful bonsai shape.
Yeah,
So
really beautiful.
Yeah, grow it in a tub on your balcony, grow it in the garden, but beautiful. And you've got the smaller one being sold cheap for $59.99, and the bigger one for $399.99.
Yep, lovely. All right, let's move along to our next product here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Right, so here we've got the Nishiki Fountain. Now what's unique about these is that this one here has been grafted twice. So it's got 2 heads on it. It's got a head here at this height here. Can't see you. There's a head
Yeah, we
at that
can't
height.
see you back there, Chris. You
And then a
can
head-
see it pretty well on the camera
It's
there.
got a head up high, so a low head and a tall head. It cascades right down to the ground, and it's been grafted. It's been grafted at 2 meters. It's very hard to get a Japanese maple that's been grafted at 2 meters. This is a 2-headed one, would make the most amazing feature in a Japanese garden. It has the most incredible autumn colour, and it's been reduced from $5.99 to $3.99. So $3.99, a really unique and amazing maple that will just make your Japanese garden.
Absolutely. All right, you can purchase any of these plants right now on the Growers Direct Flash Sale. Head over to hellohelloplants.com.au to grab these incredible deals. A lot of these are below cost as well, and they are limited quantities because we can't actually afford to sell them at these prices.
Can we get the close up on the foliage? What we have here is we've
We
got
can do it on we do it on this one.
we've got a Akushimo, the Acer Akushimo. Now that has the most incredible foliage. It's a beautifully compact, beautifully shaped maple with with the most interesting foliage. And again, this could make your Japanese garden. And it's one that it'll stay compact, it'll stay small, have amazing foliage like no one's ever seen before. Really, really interesting and unusual. Reduced from $349 to $249.99. So beautiful collector's maple.
Lovely big size, all part of the Growers Direct flash sale. Let's keep moving along here. As we look at our Japanese category, you can purchase them online or you can come in store, 1477 Sydney Road, Campfield, Victoria. Call us at 0393593331, where our sales staff are busily answering your calls right now, taking the orders of all of these amazing plants at these deals.
So what we have here is the softest, most beautiful ground cover around, sometimes called temple grass, sometimes called zoysia, sometimes called no-mow grass. Now, what it does, you plant this and it makes the most beautiful bumpy lawn. So in your Japanese garden, you can have a beautiful little bumpy Japanese lawn by planting this no-mow grass, and you really don't have to mow it. And once it takes hold, it'll blanket out the weeds, squash out all the weeds, very, very tight, very dense, and it makes a most beautiful bumpy sort of ground cover. Some people put it around their stepping stones. It's a beautiful soft plant, and anyway, it can be expensive and hard to get. We've reduced the price from $8.99 to $5.99. So $5.99. Nice little 4-inch pot of no-mow grass. Beautiful, soft stuff.
All right, let's rapid fire get through these last few here as we come to the end of our live. What do we got next, Chris?
So here we've got an emerald lace Japanese maple. So this is a really fine, lacy, cascading maple. You've never seen anything quite like this. This is going to fill out and make and like the look at the new growth on this. So it's a beautiful fine, it has lovely autumn colour. So emerald lace Japanese maple, big full plant, lovely. This is quite an old plant. This will be 10 or 12 years old. And this is going to fill out and make the most beautiful weeping you've ever seen. And that's been reduced from $599 to $289.
That looks really nice, actually. I love that colour. Already without the autumn colour, it's looking incredible.
And here we have an Orangeola maple, a 20-inch pot. And it's been reduced from $549 to $289. Now your Orangeola it cascades down, it stays very tight. You can see a really interesting colour. The autumn colour is just starting to develop, but this basically ends up with sort of an orangey red colour. It'll cascade down to the ground, never become too big. Beautiful, hardy Japanese maple. And these are reduced from in a 20-inch pot from $549 to $289.99. So beautiful big collector's item. Fabulous maple.
Absolutely amazing. Below wholesale costs on some of these plants, isn't it, Chris?
Yes.
As we check out the Growers Direct flash sale, but they are limited in quantity. These are specials just for you. If there's anything you like, you can purchase them right now.
Now, if you didn't think that you could fit a cherry blossom in your garden, here it is. This one has beautiful white blossom, interesting branch structure, and it's a miniature cherry blossom. So this is the cherry blossom that anybody could fit into their garden. It's called Kojo no Mai, reduced from $169.99 to $79.99. Beautiful, rare Japanese maple. Like the plants that we're showing you here are really unique to our nursery. You won't find that in many nurseries. So $79.99, and this is grown in a pot, grown in a tiny garden bed. This is the cherry blossom that everyone can fit in their garden.
Looks amazing. Absolutely beautiful, that one. The blossoms we can see in the background, all part of the Growers Direct flash sale.
Now what we have here is a Shimizu Sakura Japanese maple. Now I suspect that this is the pick of all Japanese maples for blossom. What it has a pink bud that opens up and becomes a pale pink flower that ages and then becomes a white flower. So when it's in blossom, you've got three colours. You've got dark pink, light pink and white, and it's dense. There's mountains, it's just truckloads of blossoms. So the most beautiful blossom, the most beautiful sort of tricolour effect, and this is a very compact, low spreading kind of tree that almost anyone could fit in their garden, and I believe probably the most beautiful all spring blossoms, and very much a Japanese cherry blossom.
Absolutely beautiful. This is all part of the...
Shimizu
What's the
Sakura,
price on that? Yeah.
$89.99 down to $49.99. So $49.99, and you've got the best Japanese
That
blossom
looks
you can possibly
really
get.
good. There's only a few of those available, so make sure you jump on that if you like any of these deals. All right, next.
Yeah, so this one here is called Ocean. Now this has got Ojin. This has beautiful autumn color, lovely foliage, and fabulous classic Japanese white cherry blossom in springtime. And this has been reduced from $119.99 to $45.99. So $45.99, and you've got a beautiful rare Japanese plum blossom called Ojoshin, and also that one will follow up with lovely autumn color.
Beautiful, and this is all part of the Japanese style garden, part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. We've done 3 categories for you here today. Leave a like and a share. Chris is wearing a pink tutu for you as well, so you've got to leave a like for that alone. Don't know if the pink tutu is as beautiful as the flowers, or the flowers are as beautiful as the pink tutu, but we'll let you decide. Leave a like and share this live, because that helps others discover this incredible sale that we've got going right now. It's only for a limited time and limited supplies. All right, next up.
Okay, so here we have, and you might think it's strange, we've got a persimmon, which is a fruit tree. Now, why would I put this? When I've traveled in Japan, persimmons are everywhere in Japan. They're almost like a weed in Japan. And what's great about persimmons is they have a beautiful big white blossom in springtime, and like it's absolutely gorgeous. Then you've got this very, very pretty green summer foliage, and then the orange fruit forms in late summer. So the orange fruit starts to show up in the green foliage, and then fabulous autumn color, one of the best autumn color trees in the world. And when you get that autumn color falling and coloring with the orange fruit, it's out of this world. And they're a beautiful tree that sort of weep a little bit with the orange fruit on them. Fabulous autumn color. I think for a Japanese garden, they're one of the most aesthetic plants around. And these are reduced from $1.99 to $129.99, and you can't go wrong. And not only that, you end up with some beautiful fruit as well. So, and it's the Fuyu variety, which is one of the sweet varieties. So it's a sweet one that you can eat crisp and sweet off the tree late in the year. And beautiful autumn color, beautiful fruit, beautiful blossom, and a lovely aesthetic shape. Fuyu 13-inch pot, 5 foot tall, $129.99.
Beautiful. It's all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale, and these are all our Japanese style plants right now for your Japanese garden.
Okay, so here we have the Okami flowering cherry. Now this is a very classic blossom, and it's a pink blossom. It's a fabulous dense pink blossom, fine and dense. Flowers fairly early in the season. Not a big tree, fairly compact tree, but the blossom is out of this world. It blossoms with no leaves on it, and it's just a beautiful, like a giant pink cloud. I think we can see it there. And that's called Okame, 13-inch pot, reduced from $149.99 to $79.99. Good size.
Lovely. All right, let's look at what we got next as part of the Japanese category here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
So here we have the Yoshino cherry. And your Yoshino cherry is a classic white cherry blossom, fabulous tree, and it is reduced from $149.99 to $69.99. So you can have a really classic cherry blossom in your Japanese garden with the Yoshino cherry.
Absolutely
beautiful white blossom, $149.99 down to $69.99.
These prices are so crazy that Chris had to wear a pink tutu. Actually, the marketing guru told Chris to wear the pink tutu. That's a lot of people coming on and asking why you're in a dress.
I had to add some sex appeal to the show.
That's it.
Yeah. So here we've got the falling snow weeping cherry. Craziest deal in the whole place. This is a 6-foot falling snow. It'd be 3 or 4 years old, and it's $59.99. Reduced normally $200, now $59.99. That's a quarter price. Beautiful white blossom in spring. Great for the Japanese garden. If you want to get that beautiful white blossom effect, $59.99, and it's 2 meters tall. Fabulous value. Yeah,
these deals will probably never come again, guys. If you do like anything you like here, definitely jump on it right now, because we can't continue to do these insane deals we got here, Chris.
Yeah, now what we have here is a very rare cherry blossom. It's called Yukon, and it's the palest green, just a beautiful pale green cherry blossom. There's nothing else like it. It's a nice spreading tree. I remember when I was a kid, there was a restaurant around the corner from my house up in the hills, and what they'd done is that they'd planted a Kanzan, which is a lovely rich pink, a Mount Fuji, which is a beautiful bright white, and a Yukon. They'd planted them together in the one clump so that you had a mixture of white blossom, green blossom, and pink blossom, all in one sort of big clump of blossom. And it was absolutely fabulous. But Yukon, and I remember that, and ever since I've loved the Yukon blossom. Beautiful pale green. Now, what's great, incredible about the price? Reduced from $49.99 to $29.99.
Lovely. Half price almost. All right, this is Japanese style gardens here on the Growers Direct Flash Sale.
Okay, so here we have there's two main pines that the Japanese love in their gardens. One is the black pine, which has the white candles. The other one is the red pine, which has these red candles. And this one is a very easy one to train because it's called Pine Extensiflora Omiston Compact. So it's a compact one. So you can have that beautiful red pine without much trimming or training. Grow it in a pot, grow it as a bonsai. I've had one of these in a pot for many, many years. Fabulous tree, but easy to look after. And it's got the lovely red candles, the classic Japanese look. And it's been reduced from $199.99 to $89.99. So not expensive. Put it in the bonsai tray. Beautiful plant to have.
Yes, that looks absolutely awesome on the Growers Direct Flash Sale. So we get on to our next product here, guys.
Yeah, so
let's
now
pull
what
that
I'm
one
going to do is
down.
I'm going to show you the Japanese black pine. Now, these are a fast-growing pine, and these ones here have been reduced from $19.99 to $12.99. Now, we're going to show you and then we've also got the 8-inch pot. That's the 8-inch pot is from $39.99 to $24. So there your 8-inch pot black pine there, and that's your 6-inch pot there, and you're paying $12.99 and
basically they're almost half price for both of those different products.
$12.99 and $24.99. Now we're going to show you a $2,500 black pine in a minute.
We're going to do that next.
And what's interesting is that you may not want to or may not be able to afford $2,500 for your black pine. So you can buy one of these for $12.99 and spend the next couple of years trimming and training and make one of these $2,500 ones for yourself.
Beautiful. All right, so let's keep going as we only have a couple more products left. So, bit of what have we got up next, boys?
White pine. So this is your white pine. Your white pine's reduced from $199.99 to $149.99. Now this has exquisite blue foliage. It grows into a natural bonsai shape. It has these lovely little pine cones. But the amazing thing about this is that it has yellowy orange. It has male flowers that are yellow orange and female flowers that are purple in the springtime. So you got amazing flowers in amongst this blue needles. Absolutely incredible show in the springtime. I tried to find a photo, couldn't find it, but this is one of the most beautiful pine trees you could have. Very hard to get there. It used to be around a bit in the old days, but not around much anymore. $149.99. Grow this in a bonsai tray. Make this a feature in your Japanese garden, but you can't beat this for $149.99. And wait till it flowers in spring. It'll blow your mind.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, I just want to say big thank you to our two boys who bring in the products here. They've gone a little bit rogue here at the end. I'm not sure what products we're looking at, but Chris knows exactly what they are, and we've got the prices. But
yeah. So what we've got here is a I'll try and come out.
We've got to say thanks to these boys though, because they're running around. They've got so many, more than 100 products to look at, and it gets a bit confusing here. But we're gonna showcase that. I think the idea is we're gonna showcase the big boy at the end. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Now,
so we're nearly at the end of, this is all part of the Growers Direct Flash Sale. These are Japanese products.
Yeah.
Where can you get them, Chris?
Hello.
The website, whereabout, you can come in store, can you, and purchase it?
hello.com.au. You can get on the phone, you ring up and say, that maple tree is the best thing I've ever seen. Give it to me.
What happens if someone's just got like $2,000 in their pocket right now, just burning, just itching to purchase something?
Drive down here and snatch it.
I don't recommend that, but anyway.
Okay.
All right, what do we got here?
Okay, now we've got something. This is really amazing. What it is, the idea of taking a weeping Japanese maple and grafting it up on a straight stem is a modern idea. It's only been around for 30 or 40 years. If you bought a Japanese maple 60 or 70 years ago, they were all grown in Japan. They were exported all over the world. And the Japanese
always grew them like this. This is grown in the classic traditional way. I wonder if we can have a look down here.
Yeah,
this is an amazing thing. It's been grafted down low down here, and then it's been trained up, and then you've got these beautiful weeping branches all the way up.
So this tree, if you were to put this into a big pot and
Beautiful.
feature it on your balcony, or if you were to put this into as a centerpiece in a Japanese garden, it's absolutely fabulous, and it's as rare as hen's teeth. It virtually doesn't get done anymore. But grafted
What's the
down
cost
low
of this one,
and
Chris?
trained up, it's absolutely amazing. You won't find this in any other nursery. And this is called Evelyn. It's a low grafted 20-inch pot, reduced from 549.
No, it was $6.99. It's just the price is backwards. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so it's been reduced from $5.49 to $6.99.
Oh wow! Look at that. We're going.
I think it
this
goes
is
the
now
other
the growers' increased sale.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
this
we know what it is,
What
yeah.
is they've typed it in backwards here. So it was $6.99. It's now $5.49. But this is absolutely unique. You could go out and spend all day at nurseries.
That's
Then the
actually
next month
really
you-
good because that looks like a $3,000 product. Like even just looking at it, like those things that don't grow fast, and that takes forever
Yeah.
to get to that size.
This one is many years old, but I love the fact that it was trained up from the ground and it weeps all the way up.
Yeah, it looks
And-
incredible.
And this is probably how Japanese maples
It's a
should
bit
all
hard
be
to see it
grown.
on this one actually. Let's see if I can. Maybe we'll have to come back.
Yeah.
But
This is how Japanese maples should all be grown. They should be trained up from the ground, and what you get is this fabulous, beautiful tree. And what you could do is you could train this up further by running it up further up the stake, or if you don't train up further, it'll stay at this height and just cascade down.
all right, we do have to keep moving because we've got to get onto our big products here.
Now,
So now we might have to move cameras for this next bit, which could be interesting. But so
We'll do the
we're going to
battery
do our
on.
best to get these next products on camera. So here we go. Some of our behind the scenes stuff would prefer not to be on camera. I can't actually see where that's pointing at. Does that look good? Oh, we can see it. It looks good. All right, so
can we lift the camera up just a little bit?
no, it looks really good on camera.
Okay, no,
You're
it's
in the
okay.
center. Yep.
Okay, so what we have here.
Is this the finale or is there another one?
There's-
There's another one. Okay. Yeah.
So what we've got here is we've got a trident maple. Now, a trident maple is a rare type of Japanese maple, and it's called a trident because the leaf has 3 spikes on it. And what's been done with this, it's been done in a very classic style. It's what's called cloud prune. So what it is that the branches have been trimmed up at the bottom, and then it's been trimmed into beautiful balls. And this one has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 balls of beautiful foliage arranged in I think 10 actually. Arranged in a beautiful formation. It's taken 15 years to grow this maple, so it's 15 years of age. It's in a 200-litre pot. You could grow this in a large pot. You could grow it in a garden somewhere, and this will have fabulous autumn colour, and even in winter the leaves will fall off and these little bunches of branches and stuff look really, really nice. And you'll notice it's been grown up in the mountains, right up in the mountains, and it's got beautiful white lichen, which is a type of a natural thing that grows in the mountains, beautiful white lichen patterns on the trunk. So it's a beautiful, magnificent, unusual tree, something you'd almost never find in a nursery, and normally $3,500, and it's on offer for $2,199.
Yeah, now I hate to say this, unfortunately, there's only one of these available, isn't that right? The
Yeah,
one
that's
you're looking
right,
at right now, this is it. So this is an incredible deal for $2,200 for that huge specimen there. And how much was it originally? 35 was it?
3,500, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now,
So Growers Direct flash sale, this is a real deal right now.
And if
Only one available.
If you're within our delivery area, that's a free delivery as well.
Free delivery, have it dropped off for, $2,200.
Within our delivery area, yeah.
You
So-
won't find anything else that beautiful, a specimen like that, would
it's
you?
an amazing tree, and it'll sell fairly quickly. But what I do is maybe come down and have a look at it. You've got to see it in real life to really appreciate what it's all about.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's move on to the final product of the day.
Yeah. Now, what we have here is a Japanese black pine, and it's been also cloud pruned into a sort of a classic Japanese shape. It's many years old. It's actually a cultivar. It's called Yatsubusa, and so this will be easy to keep compact and keep nice. It's an amazing specimen, quite a few years old, and it is it's reduced from $3,500 to $2,199, and we've got it in store now. You can come down and have a look. There's only one of them available. But what's great, say you look at this and you love it, you'll notice that we've got black pines here from 1999. So everybody can have a beautiful black pine in their garden. If you buy it for $19.99, it's just going to take you a few years of trimming and shaping to get it like this. But that'll be a few years of fun and interest for you. So you've got them from $19.99. You've got mid-sized ones, and you've got this beautiful big one here for $2,199. Come down to the store. Come down this weekend and take a look at it.
That's it.
And
well, this is the only one of that kind. There's only one of these available at that price as well.
Yeah, but you're welcome to come down to the store and have a look. And know that you might like to look at all our fabulous range of Japanese plants. So we've got a beautiful range of Japanese plants in, a beautiful range of autumn colour plants, and an amazing range of cheap cottage plants. And if you look at our
website, hellohelloplants.com.au.
Look at Hello Plants. You'll be able. You go to Hello Plants, and you'll be able to see all of these plants and all of these special deals that'll be available. And these deals are going to be available all this weekend, and they're going to till sold out, and they'll be available right through till we do our next one next Friday. Now next Friday we've got a really exciting one. We're going to bring out 100 low maintenance plants. So 100 low maintenance plants, and low maintenance, like that's what people want. People want to have a beautiful garden but not have too much maintenance. And so what we do is we're going to go out, we're talking to the growers. I always started talking to them, and we're putting together an amazing range of plants where you can have a fabulous garden but do very, very little maintenance.
All right, so next week the Growers Direct Flash Sale will be low maintenance plants, but for now this Growers Direct Flash Sale is live Japanese plants, autumn colour and cottage garden. If you missed any or all of the live, we'll have it up on YouTube straight after this live finishes, and we'll get all the categories and products that are available. Or you can just go to hellohelloplants.com.au. You could purchase those two plants behind Chris right now. There's only one of each available. You could just purchase them online if you just want to get in there quick before someone else does. All of the plants are limited quantities as well. So, and Chris is not mucking around. He did wear a pink tutu for you today. So he's deadly serious. You couldn't get more serious than that, could you?
Okay.
Leave a like and a share. Leave some likes and some loves for that. What do you reckon, Chris?
I reckon I deserve a bit of a like, yeah. At least one like.
All right, we better turn the live off now because the customers are frightened to come in the store, I think, Chris, because we're blocking the main pathway for the nursery at the moment. Okay. But come join us this weekend. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
beautiful weather.
And all of these plants, we bought all of these plants are in the live. We bought them all in here for the weekend. And you can come in and you can see them. You can see that amazing maple that's been trained up from the ground. You can see this beautiful Yatsubusa pine and this amazing Japanese maple.
All right, lovely. Any final words before we sign off?
I want to thank my staff. Like really, I've been a tough taskmaster. We've gone out, we've done 3 categories, we've put 100 items together. We had to talk to the growers, get the prices, get the list, get the plants in from the growers, display them in store, and then bring them all up that table. We've had to video. There's been taken. The whole thing is quite an amazing. The
live is sort of it's still sort of getting made as we're live, isn't it? It's sort of like all happening.
Yeah, but it's taken a whole week of hard work and thinking and negotiation and all sorts of things to get it here. And I want to thank everybody who's helped.
Yeah, well done, everyone. That's very good. Great live. All right, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in store, hopefully, everyone. See ya. Oh, it went really good on here.
Did it?
Yeah, on TikTok it was awesome.